Hello and good evening. Tonight, we interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast of Impossible Landscapes to bring you this, my shenanigans. We'll have, we'll have so much fun. No, but for real, this is your regular Impossible Landscapes group is down for you folks, so we've made a last-second U-turn on the road to get some gas and snacks, and in the meantime, I'm here to send this group through metaphorical hell into the west. Anyway, so we'll be playing some Delta Green tonight. I'll be running it, so try not to hold me to too much to the standard of Doc, because I am by no means as prepared and awesome.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, is this how you're going to start by saying, just like apologizing just right out of the gate, Turk?
And I'm also really sorry that all of these people are going to die. No, but let me quickly also
Wait,
note,
what?
Acceptable.
Delta Green is a game based off of the Lovecraftian mythos, and by extension deals with a lot of the same horror. It is a horror genre game. That said, the agents tonight will be in physical, mental, spiritual danger. They have the players representing these agents will have a quick line of information, a quick line directly to me to indicate whether they are comfortable or uncomfortable on the scene, but you, the audience, do not have that luxury. So if at any point things start to get a little too real, or, you're just uncomfortable with the general thing that's going on, and there might be some uncomfy situations for a multitude of reasons. So if at any point that does come up, by all means, just, mute us, walk away from the computer, close the tab. But, if you'd like to, give the scene a moment. I'm sure we'll move on from the uncomfortable scenario. And from that point forward, we'll be aces, and we'd love to have you back with us, because your eyes and witnessing it make it stronger. Anyway, weird things aside, I am Turk or Turk accented, but let's not rush ourselves. And I have the distinct honor of being your keeper tonight. And why don't we go around in overlay order, starting, of course, with the one on the left, Lonnie. Tell people who you are, who you're playing tonight.
Hi, I am Lonnie, or Looney Shaz, and tonight I'm going to be playing Agent Snapshot, which is, believe it or not, pretty on the nose for what this character does for a living: photography. But with a little bit of...
Got it. Now I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
She'll probably explain it to you again later. Don't worry. Just in case, But, and yeah, that's all we had, right? Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna pass it along. I think Doc.
Lore drop.
Right
you
now.
Don't have to,
We don't have time for that. It's a one shot.
It's a one shot. We already are going to have to spend a lot of time describing what our characters look like.
That's
so
fine.
no, we'll be okay.
You'll get it all. I promise.
Nip it in the bud.
Next is Doc.
It's me, Doc. I'm usually running the show, but I'm so glad that Turk has the reins. Take the reins, Turk. Turk, take the wheel. Tonight, well, again, Doc, he, she, or they pronouns. And tonight I am playing Agent Saber. I'd love to be very secretive and professional about his job, but because it's a one shot, he's a member of the 160th Special Operations Army Airborne Division. He is a part of the Black Hawk helicopter crew, and he has seen some stuff.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's now me.
It is.
I guess it is.
Hi, I'm Cyberella, and I'm going to be playing Agent Sycamore. Nothing fancy. She is a park ranger.
Hey. Park rangers can be fancy.
Yeah,
Park
but I meant
rangers are very important.
Mm-hmm.
nothing
Right.
secretive. She's a park ranger.
What about if they have a gala?
I mean, even on a normal everyday, they have a cool hat.
All right, everyone.
She's just
Wait
a
a minute.
baseball cap.
Okay,
She
no,
doesn't
we're
have
gonna play
a
that.
cool hat.
I
Oh.
need to know if she has a hat, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, I want like the,
Leave her in character.
The date is July 3rd, 2016. The place is wherever your agent would call home around this point in the year, likely the holidays. In the order I introduced you, could you please tell me Are you currently with family or about to celebrate anyway? And the method of contact that you receive that makes you pull away. So Lonnie first.
I was brainstorming.
Oh, okay. I can come back to you if you like.
No, I don't think I'd be currently with family. If anything, I would probably I have a friend that I like to play badminton with. And I think I am one of those I think Snapshot's one of those people that has her phone on full volume. So she can hear it from across the badminton court. So she'll hear her phone go off, and she's not expecting anyone to text her. She's not really on her phone a lot, so it'll get her attention.
Yeah, Daisy will kind of be returning a serve. Then we'll give you a shout. Tessa, your phone. Hold on, go, honey, go.
Thanks. She'll kind of like toss the racket over her shoulder, kind of jog over to her phone. Kind of like probably fumble through a bag to try to find it because she's just going based off the sound. But eventually pulls it out.
Yeah, there's a call coming from an unidentified number. Quite near line profession that requires an answer. It's getting a lot of spam calls, but you know. One of the true risks of being a Delta Green operative is that sometimes you generally just get spam mail, but you have to look at it anyway. But yes, you're getting a call.
Any green triangle.
Yes.
She steps a little bit further away from Daisy, puts down her racket on top of her bag, and says, "Hi, if this is a phone call to try to sell me anything, you have 2 seconds."
Ranchera Falls Trailhead Station. QuickBooks Support Service Help. Incline CA. Tomorrow.
Will do.
2 p.m. And the phone goes dead in your ear.
I was gonna say, and she kind of, I think she was kind of expecting that. So after she gets the information, just takes a mental note, pulls phone away from her ear, and kind of like, well, that was longer than 2 seconds, but they sold me.
Hey.
We'll cut to Agent Saber.
Saber is obviously preparing to observe the July 4th holiday because democracy, freedom. But he is he's at Fort Campbell in Kentucky, where pretty much all the airborne is based out of. There are throughout the hallways some cardboard American flags put up to be festive. Other than that, lots of people are still here. We don't exactly get vacations all the time. But Chief Warrant Officer, 3rd level Turner Merritt is probably, I don't know, maybe he's going through some sort of future operation or something like that. When he gets this, I would imagine, as somebody who's kind of high up in the Army, this is given to him as a detail, as a mission, but secretively, right? So maybe he gets something in writing or something like that, or maybe a commanding officer would come up to him to tell him where he's going without any idea of what it is or why he has to.
I imagine coming back to a desk or your residence, you'd find mail, and amongst that be what looks like a very hastily written personal letter. It's got the express stamps, like all over it.
He goes to that first. He doesn't get a lot of personal letters.
Yeah. Opening it, it's going to be very basic, no frills. Just like an ad from QuickBooks Support Service Help in Incline CA. And you do note the DG kind of symbol with a time, 2 p.m. tomorrow.
He grabs his go bag that he has ready for situations like this. And like he probably has something set up, like some sort of fabricated reason or something like that, and would send that, file that in through the appropriate channels, activated for something specific, special mission. He takes a bag full of weapons and like tosses them in the back of a car and starts driving. Probably drives straight to California from Kentucky to get there in time.
All right. So that brings us over to Sycamore.
Okay, so in the case of Agent Sycamore being a park ranger and it being the 4th of July, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's July 3rd, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 4th of July coming up, she's working. It's like the most busy time at a state park, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also she's at a Yosemite. I think Yosemite's a good one to be at. So it's just super busy, and so she's...
That's the show. That's the big show for park ranger.
Yeah, I know, that's the biggest time. She's going around, like, making sure people stop setting things on fire and just taking care of a bunch of fucking, like, small issues everywhere. So many people that she has to, like, point out where the bathroom is, etc. And as far as, like, because she's not with her family, but she is at least, like, periodically been pulling out her phone and sending text messages to her twin brother, Chris. One, telling him how crazy it is, being like, oh my god, it's so crazy, like it is every year, and hey, I hope you have a good time. And I think that's when she's in the middle of texting him back. He sent her a cute meme about a frog that just looks stressed, and she's about to say something back, and that's when she gets a notification that she gets another text from an unknown number.
Mm-hmm. It communicates in simple details, location with a time. It's very close to you, actually. The Ranchera Falls trailhead is a part of the Yosemite National Park system. Though probably for you, it might be a bit more north than you usually are assigned. But you'd be familiar enough with the area.
Yeah, so she curses a little bit and starts messaging up one of her other friends, one of her friends who is not on duty this week, to ask to take her place.
Oh yeah. Why don't you do me a favor and make a
luck check?
It's a luck check, sure, but also can't remember the charm thing. Persuade to see if you can make this easy, or if you have to promise something further down the line.
Oh boy. It's a failure, 43 out of 20.
Okay, yeah.
I was probably a better chance with luck.
For purposes of the adventure, you can get coverage, but is going to be it's one of those situations where they're like, this is, I am leaving my family to cover your shit right now. Like, I was supposed to have this nice long weekend planned, and you're fucking that up right now. So, like, don't expect any other help from me in the future.
You know what? This is actually perfect, because I know exactly who I contacted. I contacted in my bonds is Maddie Wilcox, my frenemy.
Consider that a very strained relationship at the moment.
Even more strained.
All right. So, flashing to the next day, the QuickBooks Support Service help in Incline, California, a town that's more tourism than taxes, looks, by all counts, as you all arrive to it in whatever rental car or vehicle that you do arrive, to be a side of a highway, large parking lots, probably almost looking abandoned tax office with all the shutters pulled down. It's not exactly you kind of seen one of these, you see them all, like the small town tax agency sort of situations whereby, no one's actually going to be in there unless there's a reservation. And frankly, you're amazed there's not more graffiti on the sides, but it's kept fairly clean. Let me do this. I'm gonna roll a die, and that's the wrong die. But I'm gonna take that result anyway. You'll all arrive at roughly the same time, being very prompt people that you are, and not wanting to probably be too early. So, but you've all done at least one job, I figure. This is nobody's first night at the opera, so you know that there's going to be some strangers, but the door is by no means locked. If anyone were to try and jostle it, what would you like to do?
Oh, Doc, you muted.
First of all, we'd like to be unmuted. Second, a Turner would have liked to be early, although like he didn't want to fly, just because he didn't want to be tracked or anything like that. So he just drove. He's probably pretty tired, and has gotten there just in time. If he was there earlier, he'd be scouting it out. But right now, he's looking. Are there other cars in the parking lot? Are there signs of other people present? What's the surrounding area like? Just looking for other people, waiting for them to arrive. And I think he would probably tag the two of them as they arrive as well.
There's literally the only other cars in the lot. This is a kind of road with a mountain wilderness, kind of an inclined hill going up to one side, and on the other side is a small little kind of paved parking lot with a sole building there. Again, it's like it's Nowheresville. It's not even an official town itself. It's kind of a unincorporated municipality sort of deal. And so yeah, like you tag that you're the only three people with cars in the parking lot.
He leaves his equipment in the trunk, goes to the front door, and he stands there and waits for them.
Emily, or Agent Sycamore rather, when she rolls up, by the way, she has a Jeep, and it is very pink with Barbie decals on it. There's also some like
character been my whole life.
On the back of it, there's also like, a bunch of Pokemon stickers on there.
Of course.
Like a big old Pikachu.
Okay, this is hilarious because I was thinking about driving like a VW Beetle. I call it Happy Cars when I was younger. Like not like as kind of just like an old one that just, like nothing that's really brightly colored or anything, but just
Saber has an unmarked town car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say we got Agent Saber, who's like actually an agent, and then it's like a 70s doo-wop kind of deal coming in.
And the inside of this car is clean.
Of course. It's like the thing where it's like weirdly looks laminated because that's how it's factory made, and like not the worn down thing people expect.
Oh, there is so many passenger side. There's so many empty McDonald's containers in her car.
I can smell it.
Yeah,
okay.
she's in fact she's munching on like a freaking like sandwich from there, and she pulls up and she's like, "Oh, hey."
To me, to the other person in the car,
I'm
or
standing by the door.
Front door.
You two. She's just like, "Hey, hi."
Just nods
Hey.
at her.
They'll hop out. Hi, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you.
You have kids?
What? No. Why did you say that? Do I look like I had kids?
All the stickers on your car.
Yeah, those are mine.
Right.
They match this, and she pulls down and she has like a Pokeball.
Just like you.
Kind of, yeah, she not the Gengar, but she has a Pokeball like tattoo on her neck.
Is that some sort of yin yang design?
You never heard of Pokemon?
I don't know what that is. Let's go inside. Turns and goes inside.
Oh, okay, so friendly. Hopefully you're friendlier. She puts her hand out.
Somebody has a 7 charisma.
Hopefully you're friendlier. She puts a hand out.
I shake your hand, but I kind of like look confused for a second because I'm like, what am I using my real name or am I using my agent name? Because you just introduced yourself with your real name, and I'm like,
You can give me your agent name if you want.
Agent Snapshot.
Nice to meet you. I mean, I guess my agent name is Sycamore, but like, I wasn't really using it because I actually work here in Yosemite, so it's kind of like pointless. Because anyone we're gonna run into is probably gonna figure out who I am. So
that like a breach
I'm inside.
breach of something?
I'm so glad
Yeah.
No,
he's not
I'm
here to hear
literally
this.
just I literally like you're in the door. I'm assuming maybe you're within earshot. Like, is that
I'm not.
like a problem? Is that a confidentiality thing?
You do have a time. You do have a timed
Yep.
meeting to get to, and you're arriving on time.
yeah, we'll step in.
Yep.
I
I think-
done this
yeah.
as I was talking. Like,
We'll see that like just making a beeline for the door and just be like, yeah, that's right.
oh, do you want a hash brown? By the way, I've got a bag of them. I brought some for everybody.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, here you go. There's ketchup in the bag.
She just seems very confused, but at the same time is just like,
God damn it! Now I want hash browns.
after
Alright.
at like midnight when you're done with the game for the night, just go get hash browns.
Inside Cookbook Support Service Help at Incline, California, you see a receptionist desk with a "be back in 5 minutes" that looks properly dusty, and opening to a small office area with desks that appear like they are functionally filled. You see the odd person. They don't raise their head. They simply, one kind of glances towards you and then puts their head back down. And this line of desks does eventually head off to a somewhat larger conference room, probably about 5 or 6 chairs around a table, where a phone is ringing.
It's a beeline for the phone. Doesn't greet any of the other people.
They don't greet you. No one asks your business. And actually, if you want to make me a sort of knowledge roll of sorts regarding your profession, you can do so.
Regarding my profession.
Yeah, something to do with either a military or government agency.
Oh, happily. Can I do bureaucracy or
Bureaucracy. Could
military
work.
science?
Military science is more the application. I'd say bureaucracy here if you have
Okay.
the stomach for it.
Sure. That's a success.
Perfect.
38 under 50.
Yeah, this is clearly a CIA front.
Right.
Like just a kind
No
of
cars in the parking lot.
no cars in the parking lot. It's a ready room. These people are here to create
Pretend to be a business.
Pretend to be a business, and if needed,
Yeah.
Get put in the field somewhere. They're probably all handling minor casework or on their phones playing Pac-Man or something. I don't know.
They all play Pac-Man.
They get like a competitive Candy Crush league going. You go past one of the
The C and
whiteboards,
C
and
stands
it's just scores. But yeah, basically, it's you can recognize that this is a proper covert government office. Anyway, I assume that Sycamore and Snapshot are shortly behind. Perfect.
I wait for them to enter the room before I pick up the phone.
Mm.
And then I tell them, get the door.
Closes it.
Close it. Picking it up, and I assume hitting speaker.
Saber.
Oh, good, you're there. Yeah, this is Agent Jace. And you hear what sounds like a kind of older woman, not truly older, like probably like second kid era mom. And that is kind of confirmed with the sounds of somebody of like a distant kind of baby cry.
She's a stay-at-home mom handler.
All right, agents. Is everyone there?
3. I'm Saber. I didn't get your handles.
Sycamore.
Shot. Oh,
Snapshot,
Okay.
Sycamore. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So, look, yesterday, Park Ranger Tomika Gallegos, and using paper shuffling, found a naked child in a huckleberry field near Hetch Hatchery Reservoir, about 2,000 meters from the Devil's Chair. That's apparently important in park ranger speak because it was all over the reports. Currently, that child is in Rancheria Falls Trailhead Ranger Station, and his parents have been contacted. So the issue here being that child is a 6-year-old who disappeared about 40 years ago, in the 80s. You should find a folder under the table. Yeah, no, shh. Do you have, and does anyone go for a folder?
He looks. I think he looks at one of them to see if they're going to.
I'll reach for it.
Yeah, you're pulling it out. There's a small folder and some more information, including
He's like a little notebook out. He's like writing down names, details, locations.
Including a photo where the trailhead station marked. Right. I'm currently running interference with the FBI. I bought you all some time before they bring out some authorities, but the boy's parents are going to be in the area faster than them, most likely.
How much time do you think we have?
A day? I don't think you're going to need more than that. There should also be a laptop in the room, and you do see kind of like near where a plug-in could be. There's a file sharing link already on there. Click that, you can get some more information that was relevant. Look, we don't have time to get you cover, so you got to make it up as you go. This is all coming together really quick, all right? And objectives are as follows. Locate and identify the child. Make sure they are actually Brandon F. McGill. If still 6 years old, confirm that. Determine whether there is any unnatural threat. Remove it. And then just like the trail park said, leave no trace.
Got it. You two have any questions?
Nope.
You said the parents have already been notified? 2 parents? Mother, father?
2 parents, obviously, they haven't seen their son since, 1987, I think,
Mhm.
or, well, a few years before.
Are they local?
No, they're currently flying in. But weather patterns and yours truly are putting some 1985, sorry. Yeah. I'm gumming up the works as much as I can, but frankly, you've got to get in there and handle this because kids don't obviously doesn't just happen, okay? Kid doesn't stay 6 or 40 years, otherwise every single celebrity would want their skincare routine.
Right. No friendlies on scene? Tamika?
Assume you're no friendlies. They're park rangers. As we understand it, even Sycamore might not have immediate familiarity with them given the size of the Yosemite assignment area. So we don't know who's being assigned where there or what the situation is. You got to get in and clear this up.
Got it.
All right.
We're on it. What do we do once we're done?
That's not for me to decide.
All right.
Clean
We'll
up.
wait for... Yeah.
Cover your tracks and go home. I don't know.
All right.
All right, I gotta go. I'm getting another fucking call from the head of... Anyway. And you'll get a click.
I'm just going to grab the folder, look through the folder.
Mm-hmm.
Spread it out on the table.
So, you are going to get a number of things. I just want to make sure. You get the obviously the photo of Brandon McGill, history of the search, and some other details, including that Brandon F. McGill disappeared from Hetch Hetchy area in Yosemite near a national landmark called the Devil's Chair on June 22nd, 1980. He was with his parents on vacation. It mentions there's a photo of the Devil's Chair, that it's a stone structure of shattered columnal basalt that happens to have cracked and collapsed from a vague seat 3 meters tall and 2 meters wide. McGill's parents, Ian and Anne, aged 27 and 26 at the time, claimed the child was right there and all of a sudden vanished approximately 4:30 p.m. FBI became involved after there was claims of a man in black clothing following McGill's down the trail. 2 independent witnesses volunteered that information, and there was one described him as tall and pale. The other described him only as a figure in black. Multiple searches with over 100 personnel, helicopters, and dogs found nothing, and Brandon McGill was officially declared dead 7 years later. His parents did their best, but you imagine getting a phone call that your son has been found is going to kick some people into motion. There was a brief investigation of domestic violence in 1979 of the father, but that you see that was kind of inconclusive. And there's a number of reports mentioning that 24 children have vanished in Yosemite over the last 40 years. You know that there's some connecting factors that have been highlighted in the files that you've been given and on that file sharing site on the computer, should you peruse that. There's always bad weather following disappearances. On June 23rd, a huge squall hit the lake for 2 days from out of a blue sky, which slowed the initial search. Dogs can find no scent, which a lot of the senior rangers who were originally doing the talks have mentioned in private interviews and later talks that usually indicate it is a big sign to them that no one will be found. When lost children, and there's like links to a site mentioning, and this is all like that true crime stuff you'd see like blogged, but when lost children are found is usually often miles from where they were lost, which is why they started with a huge search radius. And like they'll lose shoes or other clothing, but it's found relatively unharmed. And they'll be recovered with high temperatures and withdrawn and disoriented. Of course, finding someone so relatively close to the location where they were lost is also strange. Then
is it from what I'm getting from this information, is it relatively close or is it like almost exact?
It was 2,000 meters from the Devil's Chair. Mm-hmm. It's kind of unconfirmed where the McGills were exactly. They were just visiting and going down the trail towards the Devil's Chair.
Yeah.
So you'd have to assume around the same reservoir area. It seems that all of these disappearances over the last 40 years have been late, all afternoon or early dusk. And it seems that from all of these photos that have been taken, that the areas that people have disappeared from are usually marked with huckleberry bushes. Devil's Chair being prominently noted to be covered in huckleberries.
Okay.
Some music.
I'm just looking around at all this stuff, and he's like noticing like a couple things, like okay, that's a possible, thing we can look into later. This, that, and then he's look at the others, and he says, either of you good with research, technology, computers, anything?
Not really. I mean, my specialty is out there. I mean, she's looking through it and points at like a
is
couple
she in a ranger uniform?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
She points at some of the newest missing kids and is like, yeah, I got called in for these ones. For search and rescue on these kids. Didn't
you heard
find
about
them.
this case before, the DeLeo one? Or the McGill one?
It probably would have been, it probably would have been one of those things that people reference. The McGill disappearance is just one of many disappearances because thousands of people have gone missing in national parks.
Every single year. She's like, every single year, like 4.6 thousand people go missing in the wild. Now, granted, we find most of them, but
they've aged the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah, it's just sad about these kids. But yeah, like I kind of heard it in passing about this, McGill kid, but like that's about it.
What about Devil's Chair?
It's been so long.
What do you know about Devil's Chair? Any legends about it? Any weird other things that you've heard? Rumors, even folklore?
What would I know about this, Spencer?
Well, it's a popular location, of course, as I mentioned, for hiking. There is a photo there. Devil's Chair kind of might connect it to the idea of the Devil's Chair, like a Devil's Chair and the devil, of course, but it's like, I don't know. Anytime there's a natural sort of throne or chair looking thing, people connect it to some kind of supernatural being. Usually, of course,
the throne needs somebody to sit on it.
Exactly. So it probably would just be like something that you'd note. And you could also look up on the computer Devil's Chair myth stuff, like some people, maybe me, did. But basically, it's a place for something to sit. And if it happened in nature randomly, it must be. It certainly cannot be erosion. It must.
Devil. Shit. What is it? Sycamore?
Mm-hmm.
What about Huckleberry?
I don't know of like any
is it?
I don't know about like any cryptids that are like
Is it some
huckleberries.
sort of hallucinogenic? Is it?
No, huckleberries, you can eat them. It's a popular name of a character from, literature for one thing. Huckleberry Finn, right?
I get that reference. I don't know what a Pokemon is, but I get that.
But yeah, like, it's just, there's quite a few of the bushes around here, but as the papers note, these kids keep being missed by these areas. Like, kind of the popular sort of, like, theory about this has to do with, like, occasionally a bear. Because bears eat huckleberries and other, like, berries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the going theory is that if some of these kids are missing, it's because of a bear in the area. But we also haven't really found evidence of bears, so...
What about the dog?
Cartoon
dog, the blue one.
Oh, Huckleberry Hound?
Yeah. Huckleberry Hound.
I don't think it has anything to do with this, but yeah, that's a famous one for it too.
Right now, he's the only lead.
Not exactly know a lot about Hanna-Barbera.
Right. I'm gonna open up the computer too, the laptop that's in the room. So neither of you. If I were to like gauge my ability with a computer from 0 to 100, it would be 0. So either of you. The only computers I use are in vehicles. So
Snapshot's kind of been pretty quiet because she kind of has her arms crossed and she's just looking over this information but not really absorbing it, kind of like she's like already kind of aware of some of the stuff that might be said.
Even the Huckleberry Hound thing?
Not the Huckleberry Hound thing, but she's keeping her ears open to that, but she's just kind of zoned out. But then you go to open the computer and be like, nobody's got a computer, and she's like, what do you want me to look up?
Well, there's a series of things. Let me check my notes here. Number 1, Devil's Chair, popular folklore, mythology. Why is it called Devil's Chair? I'd like to learn more about this domestic case involving the McGills in '79. Might not be related at all, but maybe we can learn more about them. I'd like to reach out and talk to this. You see in this newspaper article, this Ranger Delio or Delio? It's one who talked to the papers about it. Maybe he remembers something.
All right. She starts with the first question. Turk, could I also try to roll a Hume int to see if I would remember the dad from when he brought the kid in?
Like your initial read of the kid? Yeah.
From years ago?
Yeah.
Kind of like a recollection. Cool. Cool. I got a 49 out of 80.
Damn. All right. So you remember he seemed perfectly happy with the kid. If not slightly somewhat flirtatious with you.
She'll be typing and kind of just absentmindedly like throw over her shoulder. I mean, I don't know about that case, but I remember I don't know, that dad, just something about him.
What?
He was a little... The dad, just don't really remember a lot about him, and the kid didn't seem like the kid was uncomfortable with him, but
I'm sorry, you know this family?
She'll kind of like reach across the table at all the stuff that you have like laid out from the folder and kind of just point at like the picture that's like the main picture of the kid that was probably like blasted all over the place. And she's like, took that picture working at a Sears probably a year before the kid went missing.
Oh. Did you happen to take pictures of any of these other kids?
Is there a bunch of pictures of other kids laid out right
not
now?
on the file, but I bet you if you look up, descriptions of other events. So yeah, I suppose there would be some missing posters.
Okay. She'll kind of like look at them, be like, that looks like JCPenney's quality. No, it's just that one kid. I remember I had to move away from here. I couldn't keep seeing that picture, like remembering how that kid was that day, and now he's just been gone for 40 years.
The dad, something weird about the dad?
I mean, he was just flirting with me, and I was...
Aggressively?
No, oh, that was a long time ago. No, I was young, you know? First job as a photographer, working at a Sears, just kind of creepy, but I don't remember like the kid being afraid of him or anything. And she's like, it's like acting distracted because she's also typing up questions that you had been asking. So like,
right. He's gonna go back to while she's computering.
Yes. I will do the computer. Ooh.
Yeah.
I was answering too many questions in real life and forgot how to search them online.
Forgot
Apparently.
computer. He's looking at the map. He's just like looking at the map, trying to figure out local places, you know, and just doing army stuff. He's doing army with the map while she does this.
My job isn't even officer. It's just army.
Mm-hmm.
To add to this whole computer searching thing, might be a new search for this one, is to see if with these other missing kids in the reports, if any other mention of this figure in black pops up.
Figure in black Yosemite?
Yeah.
I'll say you do find reports of strange folk being found around Yosemite, including photos like this, which you might need to zoom in on in order to see properly, but it seems like occasionally folks in the backgrounds will see things that look like people.
Look at that.
Tall, thin
center.
people.
To the left.
I'll help out a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see them.
oh wait.
Very spoopy.
So yeah,
It's quite stupid.
tall figures are by no means unheard of sight.
Can I push the computer science roll just because it's literally the first thing that I can probably get information out of? There's not push. Am I getting confused, Delta?
You just
Green?
want to be helpful.
You just want to be helpful, but I'll let you make another one as you are looking for answers about other things.
Okay. I'm just thinking about Call of Cthulhu. Ignore me. So I just want to find some.
If you push it and fail, you just get feet pics.
Oh no!
Endless feet pics. Oh, they're like feet pics.
Listen, if I got oh my god, I don't know computers.
You're gonna all hear a knock on the conference room door. Excuse me. We have a call. We have a meeting in here.
5 minutes.
We need it now. Thank you very much.
I can take this out to my Jeep.
In what?
To my
one
Jeep?
With the stickers?
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Well, I mean, we all have our vehicles. We probably should just all take our vehicles.
No, let's
stick
carpool.
together.
We should chat.
Yeah, we should keep the research going as long as we can, since I don't know a computer from a telephone.
Okay,
we can
but
take it in my
like,
car, I'll drive.
Well,
we
computers are
probably-
telephones now too, technically. You know,
well,
holds up her
we should
iPhone.
also probably take my Jeep because, you know, if we have to go up trails at any point in time, my vehicle can
four-wheel
take
drive?
it. Yeah.
All right. All right. He turns to the person.
Just,
Is the office worker still at the door, Turk?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave cars in the parking lot. That okay?
It's fine.
Just he grabs his stuff, gets the folder, just walks out.
Emily will run afterwards to go and start piling out the garbage from the seat, moving into a bag.
He looks terribly concerned. You live like this. Wait a minute, is this you? I thought the room smelled like hash browns.
It does. We also have a bag of hash browns if you want one.
He looks at it. Takes one.
I also
Getting
brought
out-
some coffees.
Going outside, though, I will say probably the biggest thing that catches you is when you arrived here, it was a fairly sunny day. Now, already, the clouds are beginning to roll in and very heavy and looking darker by the moment.
Is that as somebody who has science meteorology? Is that particularly weird?
I mean, it's California, so I mean, not entirely, but you want to make me a roll for that?
Yes, I do.
Actually, well, how much points do you have in it?
I have 50, but that was a
50.
failure. So
Well, I'll say with 50, though, you don't even need to. It's like water spout wouldn't be unheard of.
Sure.
Quick little bop in, but you know, with heavy rain like this, moving up a trail might be difficult. So
Right.
time is as always the essence.
And also, good thing you're taking the Jeep.
Yeah, Emily gets the top, the top into place, and it's like, all right, let's get in.
He thinks back to the article and how there was a heavy storm around the event in the first place.
After the events, after all the events,
that threatened to wipe the evidence away. And so he just thinks about that. He probably mentions it. He's probably like, storm. After this kid appears again. Remember the article? There's a storm right afterward.
Well, yeah, it says after. Well, for most of the kids who were missing, there was always a storm right afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, storms.
Oh God,
are
I hope that
conditional,
means
but
that. I hope that doesn't
storm
mean
is
another.
heavy enough to wash out a trail, destroy evidence. That's weird, right?
Well, I
Happens
mean,
so often.
yeah.
Why would the
He gets in
storm
the car,
follow
starts
after he gets
driving.
returned?
Drive.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that she's driving. She's like, well, I'm hoping that doesn't mean another kid's gone missing. I mean, it's the 4th of July weekend. Like, it's
Turning
inevitable
one
that
kid
some
for
kids are
another?
gonna leave.
Usually a
Depends.
storm I mean, if the storm is somehow tied to this, it happens after the kid disappears. So maybe another kid's gone missing, but maybe it's tied to his return.
Well, I mean, it also depends with all these kids. Is that he's the Turk? He's the earliest missing kid, really, with this like weird pattern, right? Or as far as we know, he's the earliest.
As far as relevant to the case, it's like showing a pattern since then. But
Okay.
you could potentially look into if this had happened earlier, even.
Is
So,
there
Emily-
as we're all looking into it, and somebody is using their smartphone and stuff like that, is there a distinct pattern as to how often these disappearances happen?
Not a pattern, but you do see this goes back pretty far.
How far do we find? I mean, I don't know. Lonnie's the one failing the computer roll. I guess that's up to her.
I gave myself a 60, figuring that would be plenty.
Fail the early rolls. Get the later rolls.
Dude, it's roll 20, okay? 60% of the time means 0% of the time. As evidenced by my track record and Impossible Landscapes.
That's fair.
Knife.
Do I get another shot with a smartphone now?
I do want to say that if she's driving and we're taking the Jeep, he gets his stuff from the car first.
Yeah, makes sense.
Puts it in the back, obviously.
But yeah, as Emily's driving, she's like, well, okay. So depending on like the storm. All right. So we have a thing that says the storms, the pattern is that the storms happen after a kid has been abducted, which makes sense with your theory about washing away evidence, because yeah, it'd make it a hell of a lot harder to find a trail on the kid. It also would wash out scents, which makes it much difficult for dogs to find them. I mean, to be fair, a lot of weird things happen in state parks. Like, there's a reason why we get cryptid hunters all the fucking time. But the question is that if Brandon is, let's say he is the earliest child to get abducted in this like pattern, right? Maybe there's some others before him. But then the question becomes is this a cycle thing? Like, now whatever is doing this has gone like snatched up enough kids that now it like releases one, and they're all just gonna just start tumbling out over time? I kind of wonder. Like, is he the first of many?
Can you do any sort of? I mean, I think we would have heard about it, but any other cases where kids have returned after being gone for a long time, same age?
Can't imagine I'll be able to find that on the internet if we're the ones dealing with it right now, but...
Oh, well, don't forget this whole
weird
Men in Black. Well, I was gonna say, this whole weird Men in Black shtick, as far as I can tell, hasn't been happening relatively that long versus like the creation of, the United States. So the best place to check would be cryptid sites.
We'll keep that in mind.
Oh, that's where I get most of my news. There's this great podcast called, it's called Stranger of the Week podcast. They're great. They come up with like so much.
I'm gonna jump in and say, Sycamore, you find, looking into Devil's Chair and missing children, you find a record of people going missing from the area going all the way back to the 1920s. There's no set dates to which it happens.
No pattern.
No pattern. It's just there have been children who have gone missing. Originally, I think the first reported was a pair of twins who were out on a picnic in the area and vanished.
Both?
Ballsy for a first go at it.
Any mentions of storms around them?
Back then there wasn't mention, but old
find it in an
clippings
almanac.
do indicate that storms were, or like the searches were delayed and could not find any evidence, similar to Brandon.
Delayed.
Disappearing kids, never found again. So this has been going on for a while, but it's not by any means ritualistic behavior. Anyway.
And no other kids have ever shown up or shown back up.
No, as none of them were found. Anyway, you're making your way up.
Making no way.
I was just thinking that.
Uptown.
To Rancheria Falls Trailhead Station.
Rancheria Falls, Devil's Chair, and I'm homebound.
about a little under a kilometer from O'Shaughnessy Dam on the western end of Petchessie Reservoir. It's also a little bit less than a kilometer from the campground and a kilometer or so from the Devil's Chair. So there's a local campground here as well as the ranger station. But as you're pulling up, there's interspersed with a variety of trees. And wait, do I have some nature sounds for y'all?
Ooh, nature.
Yeah, here's some light rain.
Oh no, it's starting.
Anyway, many varieties of trees: California black oak, ponderosa pine, incense cedar, and white fir, with an occasional giant sequoia. Let me pull out the rest of this guide here. Exposed rock faces, dirt, and scrub grasses, which seem very desert-like in now that you're in the summer. But with the increasing amounts of water, that trail is becoming more and more difficult as it goes from dirt to mud. Small bushes cluster next to trees: Oregon grape, Sierra coffeeberry, gooseberry, and pygmy rose, as well as huckleberry. And you find even out here where your ranger friend knows there are trails, it's hard to pick out human figures at a distance, just with the amount of shrubbery and trees and movement of foliage.
Lots of visibility out here. Don't like that.
You pull up to the ranger station where you see a service jeep pulled up with a front porch. Appears to be a 2-story building.
Before we get out of the car, turns to them and says, "We need covers. All right. Why do we care about this kid? Why do we care about his appearance? I mean, we've got an easy in with Cryptid over here."
Right. I should probably say that my last name is Hardow.
I want to know what your last name is.
Well, no, I mean, it might be kind of important since I'm going to have to introduce myself as myself.
Right.
So knowing that might be important.
Sorry, something I probably didn't mention enough, but they are expecting FBI at some point.
It might be best if we ditch the ranger angle and be the FBI agents they're waiting for. Maybe the storm will hold up the real ones.
Yeah, I can say that you guys are the FBI liaisons. It'll make them a little less likely to actually check your certification if I'm vouching for you.
Right.
I can say I met you at you guys came to headquarters and I brought you up with me. So.
Right. All right. I'm Agent Hall. You're Agent Oates. He says to Snapshot.
All Oates.
Hall.
Got it.
Also, Ranger, if you're going to be giving them ID, that's one thing. But if not, maybe consider a fake last name.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not. You should be.
Oh, trust me, the amount of agents that have come, the amount of agents that have come through here. There's a reason why they called me in. So,
right.
I've gotten in trouble like 17 times at this point. It's fine. Let's go in.
Gets out. Probably puts a hood up on like a waterproof sort of poncho jacket he's got.
Yeah. She'll pull out of the back of her vehicle. She does have a poncho back there. I guess I'll ask Oates if she wants one. Poncho?
Sure.
Okay. She also takes out. She does have on her. She does take out a holster and holsters a gun into it underneath her poncho.
Right. Approaching the station, there is a front door just under the porch, and the stoppage of rain falling onto you, I'm sure, is already a welcomed relief.
Get onto the porch. He says, "All right, you introduce us, and then remember, they're expecting FBI. FBI is not going to be nervous. Confidence. All right."
Can anyone see us in this exact moment before we go in? Like, is somebody outside?
There's no one else outside.
I do a quick little like. I do a quick little like
yeah, you want to make an
make
an alertness check.
He scans things all the time anyway. It's an 80 in alertness, but here it is anyway. 65. Success.
A success. Cool. Yeah,
It's low.
anything.
You said like,
It's-
the weather, the foliage, the trees. It's nothing. Not very helpful.
At this point you don't really see anyone around, but you can confirm there's no one around with a success like that.
Great.
Kind of just scanning. It's
So by listening, are there people inside this station?
Oh, you do hear what seems to be a radio on inside, kind of official park radio chatter.
Yeah.
But you do also hear what appears to be a woman kind of talking with a man at the door. Indistinct conversation, but they're clearly sort of standing near the front door, sort of hushed.
Sycamore, on you.
I'll knock on the door.
All right, that was me with my hands, I promise.
Oh,
So-
good, because the sound effect one terrifies me.
It's so bad.
I hate
Okay.
it. I hate it so much.
I'm not.
I hate
Hands
it.
up here. Hands up here. You'll hear the conversation stop, and then door will open. You see a man, probably about 35, kind of the senior looking between the two of them. Both of them wearing, Yosemite Park Ranger clothing and uniforms. It appears to be your typical sort of crunchy outdoorsy type. Somewhat cleanly shaven. Wearing appropriately cuffed shorts and appears to keep
Are the
everything kind
socks
of
pulled
spick
up
and
real
span.
high,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's trail hiking. He's got his boots on.
right?
Yeah.
Does he have his hands on his hips like this?
No,
Mhm.
he does not. He's because he's just opened the door, so only one
Right,
hand's
right.
on
That
six.
makes sense.
Hi there. How can I help you? Beside him, there is a slightly younger looking woman. She has kind of a black hair pulled back into a tight and orderly ponytail. She appears more worried and glancing behind her already as the door opens. But you do see Ranger Douglas on his pin and Ranger Tamika on the other one. Can I help you all?
Hi, I'm Ranger Hardow. She shows her little tag.
Hardow, right, I've seen you on the lists. You're a bit out of your assignment area. What's the trouble?
Oh, no real trouble. Actually, I'm here with these two FBI agents. This is Agent Hall.
Steve Hall.
Or Hall,
Stephen
sorry.
Hall.
Steve Hall, and this is Agent Oates.
Are you FBI?
We're here responding to the child's
FBI?
appearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a call that you'd be on your way. He goes to shake both your hands.
Shake.
D-
Firm
Doug-
shake. Dominant
Douglas
shake.
Douglas Keena and the woman with her hand up. Tamika Gallegos.
See you, Gallegos? Yeah.
I found the Brandon.
Yeah, we know.
So, unfortunately, I don't think with this incoming water spout we're going to get that it'd be safe for you all to drive out here right now as is. But if you'd like to assess and look over the area, we'd be happy to assist you.
How much further is the place where he was found?
Devil's Chair,
About a kilometer, right?
about a kilometer, exactly, about a kilometer. He does the very, not a Disney point, but he does indicate following the trail markers will take you to it. It's a hike though, and in the conditions, I don't know if I could advise it without. He looks at your shoes. Are you all wearing proper hiking footwear?
He's wearing I think business casual shoes, but very rubber sole army issue. You know what I mean? So he's he probably has boots in the bag. You know what I mean?
I couldn't advise that with your current attire. It's going to be quite muddy and potentially
got any
perilous.
size 11s in here?
We have some equipment, but it's mostly for rangers if you do need it. But
well, we did
please.
promise we'd help the FBI however we could. I'll go and I'll scour your supplies to see if I can. What's your size? She says to Oates. The snapshot. Oh, you're muted.
I am?
No,
Yeah,
you
you are
didn't
now.
say.
Oh, you're good.
No, you're good.
You're just too quiet.
Okay. So size 7.
Men's 11.
Okay. She'll head back over to. I assume all of
gonna
these stations are built
turn to
basically the same.
Oates.
So.
This one is pretty easy. You literally walk right in the door past the common rooms. Though the door there is open, and you do see what appears to be a 6-year-old boy just kind of sitting wrapped in a blanket by a fireplace, kind of chilling on a couch as you make your way towards the supply area.
I'm going to turn to Oates and say, just like quietly under my breath, right? I'm not good with people or children. You should do talking.
Do. Kind of gives like that like nod of like,
And he's going to go in, like follow her in. And he's also just going to do like a quick scan of the room. See if anything interesting comes up.
Well, yeah. Just looking to your left, there's a kind of radio room, kind of probably like the main station area. Have you ever seen like a fire watch, but like within a singular room? There are stairs going up in front of you, and then to your right is a door going to the common room. Kind of off right forward is where Sycamore has gone to get some supplies.
He's gonna just sort of approach Galagos, and sort of like stand there, like in a kind of a weird way.
Can I help you with anything? Or
You found the kid?
yes, I by the Devil's Chair.
My partner has some questions for you.
Okay, and she'll just like clearly turn and like bodily uncomfortable, just like
Yeah.
do I have to keep looking at you, or like looking at Snapshot?
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a single foil wrapped stick of gum and holds it out at her. Gum.
I'm okay, thank you.
He unwraps it and puts it in his mouth.
I am standing a normal distance away.
Like a normal human being would, yeah.
A normal person.
Just kind of like, well, okay, first things first. Anything of note other than the state of the child?
Of note?
Anything in the area, like anything that could have indicated where he came from?
No.
Unusual natural occurrences, damage.
No signs of damage or anything. He was 2,000 meters from the Devil's Chair. I was walking down to the backpackers camp collecting garbage, and I found a naked, filthy 6-year-old boy in the trees.
In
He was
the trees.
Not in the amongst.
I thought he was
in the tree line.
Yeah, he's like.
I thought he
Clarity is important in a
was
situation like
Yeah.
this.
raised by. Oh, okay. He was
in
raised
the
by apes
bushes
for 40
and
years, and now
wild.
he's back. Great. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna go find Jane. Anyway, no, he was able to identify himself and asked to see his parents. I thought he was lost from the backpacker area. I didn't know what was wrong until I brought him back, and he was looking at my cell phone like I was showing him a magic trick.
So he's. Have you asked him what
Questions.
year he thinks it is?
He thinks it's 1980.
What did you tell him?
I've been just trying to keep it as easy for him as possible, but I told him it's later than that. that he's been missing for a while. I mean, I had called his parents, and I was not expecting to hear they filed a missing persons report in 1980. So,
Okay.
But he knew his name.
yeah.
He knew where he was.
Does he know how long he's been gone?
No,
How long does he think?
he doesn't know.
He
He doesn't know what's happened to him.
He has no recollection of going missing.
He knows everything. He's cognitively present. He doesn't seem to be suffering from any kind of head trauma or anything. But I'm only so good at medical searches. I mean, that's kind of.
There's a doctor on the way, I'm assuming, to make sure they can.
The FBI is on the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's us.
I think our
Did
ranger
you say
for
that?
those stairs might be our
No.
best fit for medical training. I'm no
Yeah.
doctor.
We contacted your offices in Sacramento. My
We know.
Ranger Douglas, and that's why they sent you all out.
Yeah. We've got a medical team on the way, but they're delayed by the storm.
And
First
she
ones
kind
that
of
can
looks
get out.
past you. Yeah, that's concerning. If you'd like, you can talk with him. Just be careful.
What's his current emotional state?
Confused, lost. I mean, he's 6 years old and he wants to see his parents and his dog, and he wants to go home.
Yeah. Oates, you're welcome to go and question the boy. Galagos, can I ask you a few more questions?
Sure. Anything to help?
This backpackers camp, how far is it from the location where you found him?
I was on the trail,
Mm-hmm.
down towards it, which is it's less than a kilometer down.
Trail,
down
tight,
that way.
wooded, low visibility?
Like the rest of the park area. It has visibility towards once you get towards the camp. It kind of can open up, and there's good camping spots, but there's certain areas of the trail can get pretty densely forested.
On the day where you found him, did you pass anybody else on your way there?
Not that I saw. I was collecting trash.
See
so
anyone else?
I
Not at all.
could have been distracted. My focus was just on the Brandon. I was just sorry.
No, I understand. Please calm down. The offer for gum still stands.
I'm okay on gum, thank you.
Spearmint.
I just want to make sure he's okay.
I understand. Now, this boy is, I believe you. He's obviously been traumatized. This is most likely some sort of cruel prank or something like that. Of course, it seems strange, but you have to understand something like this just isn't possible. We're guessing that some sort of, I don't know, YouTube show. You've heard of YouTube? It's a website.
Yeah, I know YouTube.
Yeah. Maybe hired some sort of child actor, or worst case scenario, some kid brought up in isolation and taught to believe something that wasn't true. Then released to make a stunt in reaction to the newspaper article from 1980. Just trying to get attention.
Okay.
I
Well.
wouldn't overthink it.
Okay, and I'm trying not to. I'm just worried about him. That's all. I don't care how he got here. I care that there's a 6-year-old boy who is scared and alone right now. And
How about I distract you with small talk? What about Devil's Chair? Can you tell me any fun stories about it? Interesting folklore?
She'll give you basically what you already know.
Yeah. Right.
And
He's
it's
still
kind of-
fishing for, like, does Devil's Chair have any significance for religious or, anything like occult or
I
whatever?
will kind of summarize a rambling, kind of tense ranger talk and say you don't learn
Wiki.
anything new. Yeah. It's very like the rock formation was caused by erosion, and
Fascinating.
yeah,
Yes.
the whole thing is like delivered with that kind of clip where she is kind of flashing a look. As let's jump over to see what
Yes, please.
Epcot is doing.
Please go away from my horrible agent.
Okay, so before I walk away from this whole fun conversation that I'm really sad I'm missing, I do ask if they have a lost and found, that I can go rifle around through really fast.
You'll be lost and found.
Are you looking for like weather gear, boots?
What do you-
No, I'm thinking I want to try to find a toy. So, okay. First of all, I want to see if I can remember if he had a toy the day he came in to get the picture taken at Sears. Because then I want to try to see if there is a toy that was left behind that is in any way, shape, or form similar, even if it's just a
Reminiscent.
rabbit and he had a teddy
Yeah,
bear and
You're told that they don't know what that sound is. Hopefully, it's fine. Anyway, you're told that they don't really have lost and found here. A lot of that is generally moved from the station to a third location, kind of a more official. Like they don't want people coming around and checking and snooping about the trailhead station too much. They want people sticking to the trails in approved areas. So there's a kind of larger touristy area with a more official lost and found.
Oh, Sycamore will come back with the boots and everything like that and be putting them down. She goes like, "Oh, here," and will rifle into her pockets and pull out her keychain or keys, which will have a fuzzy keychain. It's a soot sprite. She'll take it off and pass it
Sick.
to you.
perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't-
Welcome.
Hopefully he likes it. And she's gonna go over and like, do the very slow, not approaching too fast, just hey hun, and kind of be holding out the toy.
You
Just something
can
for him to have for comfort.
Sure. You can see though, what initially looked like he was wrapped in a blanket by the fire. He actually kind of just sort of draped it around him on the couch, and then that fireplace, he's sort of scooched all the way to the opposite end of the couch, like away. He seems to be moving away from it, kind of just more comfortably sitting there, and he'll look up at you.
Too warm?
I don't like the heat.
Okay. Do we want to move you a little bit further away, make you a little more comfortable?
I'm okay here.
Okay.
That for me.
Of course. If you want it.
He'll reach out and look at it. He's, I thank you. You're the mall lady. My mommy said you were a slut.
Oh.
I don't think she thought I was supposed to hear that, so yeah, secrets.
I like to think that, it's been a little while since the last time I've seen you, and I'd like to think I've, changed, and hopefully we can be friends now. Just while we wait for your mom and dad.
I don't think they're gonna want to see you.
Well, that's okay. I don't have to be there when they get here, but right now it's just, they're so excited to get here, and it's just going to take them a little time.
Okay.
It was a happy surprise you came back, but I need to ask you something, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to see if do you know why you're here?
I remember my mom and my dad, and my dog, and I was there out walking around, and then I remember the very tall men, and they
Very
were
tall men.
very tall, taller than any grown up.
Like how tall? Like taller than me?
Oh yeah, and they talked without voices.
So how did you hear them if they talked without voices?
I don't know. Talked without voices though, and
Did your parents hear? Did your dog hear?
no, they were gone, and I was in the blue caves, and I had to eat a mush made of mushrooms.
Oh, do you
And-
like mushrooms?
I didn't have a choice. They made me.
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice of them.
I saw Evelyn and Thomas and other kids sometimes, but
There were other kids there?
yeah,
Did you
but
all get to play around?
no,
Or
no,
were they all
they were taking a nap.
okay? Do you know if they had the mushrooms too?
I don't know. I would get the mushrooms and then I'd go to sleep maybe. I don't know.
That's okay.
I
You
just-
don't have to know.
I just want to pet my dog Spike.
Oh,
He's 6.
he's 6, and you're 6 too, right? That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we're gonna have to wait to see for how long they take to get here. So in the time being, if you remember anything else, I
Have you-
promise I'm a nice lady, okay?
Have you gotten close? Like, have you like sat down with him, or are you kind of like on eye level with him as you're talking?
I'll probably sit, like, if he's very clearly like on the opposite side of the couch, like I will kind of like tenderly sit on like the edge of the opposite side of the couch from him.
Your search is high enough. That looking at his face and kind of his neck, you see what almost seems to be like crisscrossing scars all over his body in bizarre interlocking patterns.
Okay. I'm not a child therapist. I don't know. I feel like I want to like check in on it, but I also don't want to scare him in case he doesn't realize
Might
that
I
they're there. Yeah, if
Okay. I've been listening. The one thing I do want to ask real quick is that when he mentions the names Evelyn and Thomas, do any of the missing kids come to mind?
Right.
Like, does that match?
Oh, yeah. When y'all were in the car, those two were gone in 1918.
1918. Oh, is that the twins?
Yeah.
Oh,
Evelyn and Thomas Yvetney.
Vetney.
Okay. Interesting.
Now-
But yeah, I'll ask if I'll kneel down and be like, "Hi, Brandon. My name is Emily. I'm Ranger Hardout.
Okay.
Is it okay if I look you over just to see how you're doing?
Okay.
Thank you." And she'll put out a hand so he offers his hand and just let me know if you want me to stop, okay?
Okay.
And I guess if I could use medicine on him.
Your medicine, well, your search is also high enough, but if you want to make a medicine roll, what is your medicine score at?
40.
40. Oh, yeah. Perfect. No need to even roll. You can also notice the scars and interlocking patterns. And kind of looking him over, you notice he has a green tattoo on the back of his neck. of 3 squares and what looks to be like a stylized ram head. Does anyone have archaeology?
I was gonna take it and I didn't. Damn it, I should have taken it. What I will do though is I will take a photo of it and do a Google search.
I took a little bit in occult. I don't know if that helps.
A little occult too.
Not in this case.
Jeez. All right.
Well, if I do a Google search, reverse
Do you want to make me a computers roll? You can certainly try.
I don't have any computer science, so that will not work. I guess I
Now,
mean,
you
guess I
can
mean
you can
snapshot.
take a picture of it and then hand me the phone just to be kind of like,
yeah.
and then I can try again.
Yeah,
Make a
I'll hand
photography
my
roll.
phone. I'll hand my phone to you
It's a
as I
really
finish checking out the
perfectly
kid.
photo of this.
Very good picture of
Tattoo.
this weird tattoo of this
Mhm.
totally normal kid.
No way the picture is gonna like have any weird like
No
you know
shadows,
it's gonna
no-
disappear. You know, but also you know some
Just a yellow
like,
sign
magically
hiding in
not
there.
have exactly not.
I
have-
tricked you.
not there
It's all.
anymore.
You looked at the
Yeah.
yellow silent. I
The
got you.
composition is mwah, of this
Um,
weird, totally human child.
If you separate the blue from the tattoo, it's just yellow underneath.
oh no.
But yeah, I'll give it to you, Lottie. So.
All right, I'm gonna roll computer science. If I
Do
don't
better?
roll below my 60 for a third time, nothing's gonna happen, but I'm gonna be sad about it. Cool.
17.
Yeah,
17.
17.
Yeah, looking up that symbology in Google image searching, you're gonna find that's Nahuatl.
What?
Can you spell
Nahuatl.
that for us?
Okay.
Nahuatl, the language of most commonly associated with the Aztecs, though it was used in a lot of other Mesoamerican areas. That kind of area of Mexico, Central America.
Pre-colonial.
Okay.
Yeah, pre-Columbian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there a specific meaning for the specific symbology on the back? Like, is it like
17? So I guess I'll give you that. That translates roughly to Tepoztli, meaning boy, a young male human.
I just want to add, while they're doing this and uncovering cool things, my guy is trying to see if there's any good boots in this pile of stuff.
And he brought boots out for you.
Like he is entirely intent on going out in this storm, even though the Rangers said not to.
I brought you good boots. They're on the
so-
probably one of the
I
desks.
mean,
So I'll say they're okay. I mean they're serviceable. Made
better
by
than my
Lowe's.
shoes.
Better than your shoes for the situation, certainly.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of. Sorry, you were kind of doing like a search with like your hand, sort of like a medicine kind of roll, looking over. Looking at the tattoo, it seems like there is a tiny bump that you can feel underneath it that is not his spine.
Interesting. Brandon, do you remember what happened? Did someone do something back here? She'll touch the tattoo.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me look you over.
Okay.
I think I want to go talk to Ranger Douglas real quick.
Okay. Yeah, and he's by the radio, just hearing reports and clearly dictating and talking to some other rangers in the area. Mostly, it seems like he's dealing with unhappy backpackers.
Oh man, July 4th weekend. It's always such a fucking mess.
I'm gonna follow her out too.
Yeah, it would be better if it didn't have a sudden burst of rain. We got a lot of people that we want to start potentially moving up to the station here but of course being quite obstinate because they know better. So
of course.
I've got I got my 4 rangers out there just checking the paths, making sure no one's stranded or anything. We have the big dam area here, so it just takes some monitoring there as well.
I've got a question for you. The kid mentioned to the agent about being in a cave. Do you have any cave maps?
I mean, I can show you available caves on Yosemite, but there are no caves on this trail. If they would, they'd be filled with water. We're in a basin.
I mean, there's a chance that the kid came from a different cave system and was either wandered back over the Devil's Chair or, was brought over. Hey, by the way, question for you. What do you think? What's your theory about all this?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure this missing kid gets to his parents, and we can clear this all up. I don't know why. The FBI had a whole fucking field day about. Are you sure? Can you confirm this is an actual photo? When we were sending them pictures, but just trying to get this down the books, get everyone safe, and I've got a lot of dumb people I've got to move.
Do you want some gum?
Tell you what, bud, I'd take some gum.
Here.
Well, there goes your one relatable thing. You only have the one piece. Or
this lake created by the dam, artificial?
It's a reservoir, yeah.
What was here before that? Just a valley?
A valley, yeah. It got filled in, and there's a dam. And I'm not making this up. The Poopanot Valley.
Hilarious.
When did they build the dam?
Early 1900s?
No, it wouldn't be that.
No,
Newer than that. It's gotta be one of the Roosevelt, like one of the things that Roosevelt was doing.
Yeah.
Gosh. They shot the O'Shaughnessy
Dam?
The O'Shaughnessy Dam.
That's assuming it's a real thing.
It is.
Right,
all this is very real in Hetch Hetchy Valley. It was opened 1923. It was completed in 38, though.
Interesting. And I heard you talking to your fellow ranger, saying if there are caves, they'd be underwater.
We get a lot of rain, and water tables here wouldn't allow any deep caves. We have uphill areas here, but it inundated. It would be flooded. So anything beneath us would have to be
filled with water. Ridiculous.
Believe it or not, but
sorry I asked.
No, you're fine. Not the dumbest question I've gotten today.
Well, I think looking to sorry, I forgot looking to Saber.
Stephen Hall.
Yeah, Stephen Hall. Looking to Saber, being like, well, I guess if you and your fellow agent wants to gear up, we could go out there now while we can, I guess, to find any traces before it gets completely washed away. Probably best to go now before it gets too
Is
Douglas
dark.
still
there as we're having this conversation?
Yeah. He's shown
Douglas
hesitation. Yeah.
Ranger Douglas has informed us that it's not safe for us to go out there, but I think we have to.
Well, I'll take care of helping you out. Douglas, who are the other two rangers that you work with, or 4 rangers that you work with, just in case I run into them?
LeMay, Nicholson, Delvin, and Blomberg.
Okay.
Which is the fakest sounding name I think I've ever read in a book.
I forget their names, but my character doesn't. She's like, all right, yeah. We'll be back then. And she'll give the boots over to, Saber.
One other thing, Douglas. You can help, but it's probably best not to let anybody out of the area. We don't want a mass hysteria, people coming in here while there's a storm.
Well, we won't have anyone coming. We won't have anybody coming into the area. We've already locked down the entrance. I advise if you're going to, you're probably best to drive out tomorrow after the trail's got a chance to firm up.
Shucks, I was looking forward to celebrating the 4th of July with my family.
Yeah, we all were.
Why would you be celebrating the 4th of July with my family, Douglas?
I giggle about it in my brain that you brought me to reality. I'm so happy.
We're like, oh man, Agent Hall, you're secretly funny.
Yes, that was a joke. Let's go.
Oh, okay. We'll be back. If you don't mind, she'll indicate one of the radios. Be like, I'll take one of these.
Oh, you should already have one. I mean, just here, I'll get you tuned to a station, our frequency if you want.
Me too, please. And he has like a headset radio, like a chess piece radio, but he can tune to the frequency that they're on.
He'll get you both set up if you want to cut in.
I was gonna say I hear the motions of like everyone kind of getting ready to go and like kind of behind me. So eventually I kind of like I kind of just make sure and check in with Brandon before I leave and make sure he's okay. That like, you know, that somebody's, I don't know,
watching.
Yeah, just like that he's like, you know, that he's comfortable before I go and everything like that. And like, does he, you know,
quick question,
feels comfortable other than.
Quick question. When I was checking him over, how is he temperature-wise?
Fine. Perfectly normal.
He feels perfectly fine, despite the fact he's been avoiding fire.
Not hot to the touch, by no means. Just kind
cold.
of not hot or cold. Just seems perfectly, like, honestly, with your medicine check, you were able to tell this is a perfectly healthy kid, aside from weird crisscrossing seam-like scars and a new sick tattoo with a bump under it.
Dude, what a badass time to be 6 years old.
I mean, kid's cool.
He's a cool kid.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, he already dissed me, so.
Yeah, he burned you good.
You were a slut.
Hurt this 52-year-old woman's heart.
My mom thinks you're a slut. Check out my neck tattoo.
Alright, when he said that my mom thinks you're a slut, I wanted to be like a quote from like Exorcist when your mom like
Right.
Your mom sucks cocks in hell.
Let's get moving as quick as we can.
Yeah, I'll go to my vehicle and grab a duffel bag out that has just some supplies, like a couple of like climbing stuff involved in case. My rifle, or my shotgun rather. My shotgun's in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, your boy, your army boy has probably takes his Glock 22, some flashbangs, combat knife, probably not smoke grenades. The visibility's low enough. AR-15. Are there bears out here?
Yes.
Then.
Well, I mean, Yosemite, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes. Though not particularly active right now. A little bit. Next month they should be a bit more active.
All right. Still better safe than sorry. Takes the AR-15 out.
Okay. Do you want to put it in my bag?
No thanks.
Well, I mean, we probably shouldn't be walking around with that being exactly visible.
Why?
Well, because one, we might actually scare people, and they'll do a report about it, and you don't want to exactly be known here aside from the fact that you're impersonating an FBI.
All this space happening. Snapshot, as you were looking around and for something to talk to McGill with, can you make me a oh geez, like it's not a spot hidden. My brain is so stuck in Cthulhu.
Search.
A search roll.
It's okay. I already asked if I could
Push a roll.
if I could push a roll, so 12 out of 60. So.
Oh, perfect. It's very brief, but as you are kind of like looking around, there's a front window to the ranger station, kind of these 3 windows all together. And in the corner of one, you swear you spot a small face. looks to be about 6-year-old, dark hair, kind of hollow eyes, looks exactly like Brandon, but it disappears almost as soon as you have to take a second to process that and look back. Can I get a sanity check from you?
At first, I thought you were gonna window jump scare me, and that's actually one of like the few jump scares that usually get me in horror movies. Like when all of a sudden you look at the window and then you pan out, and then something's there when you look back again.
You look at the window, and for a brief moment you match eyes with Brandon McGill out in the woods, looking back at you with a pair of haunted black eyes, and you're only gonna lose 1 sanity here.
Yeah, and I'm mainly fine apparently. All right.
You're like, oh, that's weird.
I think because I'm kind of already behind the rest of the group anyway, I do think I kind of want to like, is it on the front of the building or is it around the side?
It's the front of the building where you all parked.
Okay,
You
so
actually can see your 2 companions out debating equipment loadouts. And that's why the boy looking back at you at the window was so surprising, because they didn't see him.
Okay. I will when I kind of like go out afterwards, like after I've made sure he's okay, I'm gonna kind of like peek around in the area where it looks like he probably ran to. Nothing.
Right. I assume you load yourselves up and
load ourselves up. I go and look around for all intents and purposes at this moment, a good walking stick. Good sturdy, good height walking stick.
Yeah, maybe one of those climbing axe things.
Honestly, if I had thought ahead and said, "Oh, I probably lived here at one point," because I obviously knew where I was here at one point. I was a hiker, and I just didn't. Yeah. I didn't. And also, I'm not bringing a camera because of rain, but I probably have. I have a case that's waterproof, and it basically looks like this big like lunchbox. But it's a camera case, but it's gonna stay under my poncho, but just feels naked without it, I think.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, Saber's also got a bag full of goodies like night vision goggles, compass. GPS.
Yeah, I figure we're very well equipped.
Yeah.
Okay, so as our group makes its way down the trail towards the backpackers and the woods to kind of look around there, I think that's where we're going to take our first break of the evening. So sit tight, folks. All the sounds of rain hopefully have not been too difficult for you all to bear with. But when we come back, don't worry, the storm is only getting worse from here. So sit tight, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. So, take us out of here if you're here.
Take us away.
Yes, Daddy. Yes, Daddy.
God damn it.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed your brief break. We've returned. Our agents are working their way down the trail from the ranger station to a sort of base camp area. I assume that's the heading, right?
Yep.
Okay. You're kind of moving your way along the area. What are y'all doing? Are you just making your way through the muck and grime, or?
Saber is first
Find
in
a
line.
good walking stick. Sorry, go ahead. You're first in line.
Saber's first.
I'm distracted by trying to find a walking stick.
Scanning the trail ahead, looking for anything unusual, trying to maintain bearings, make sure they're heading in the right direction. Army stuff.
Sycamore is gonna be talking, as she does, and be like, all right, yeah, so that weird tattoo thing that you found, that's like, what, boy in a weird Aztecian language?
What tattoo? What are you talking about? He's like scanning.
Oh yeah, this. She'll like pull out her phone and like shield it from the rain and hold it up and be like, yeah, this is on the back of his neck.
What is that? Is that a goat?
Yeah, I think so.
Snapshot. Tattoo. The kit.
already discovered, already deciphered means boy, probably some kind of branding.
Boy.
But like, it's weird because there's like a raised bump underneath it that wasn't his spine. So here's my running theory right now. My running theory: aliens.
Maybe.
The weird interlocking tattoos, the fact that he hasn't aged at all, they fed him
I'm
weird
sorry,
mushroom
interlocking
mush.
what?
Interlocking tattoos. Or
So
not
you gonna
tattoos.
tell me what you found in this medical exam?
Well, okay, so she gives you like the actual like
Blah, blah, blah.
rundown and things
So
like that.
he's got skin made out of plates, something underneath him, and a label saying this one is a boy.
Yeah, basically. So aliens, right? Like that's totally an alien MMO.
Everything we deal with, and they're all walking while this is happening. Everything we deal with is an alien. Not all aliens come from outer space.
Well,
My
no, I
thing
mean I
is-
get that.
Only thing is, if aliens then explain the soul
What?
that I did neither of you see it?
I mean I haven't
Said
seen
we didn't.
anything.
But he walked like right in front of the building.
Assume we didn't explain it to me like I'm a 6-year-old, not alien.
Okay, so
You are funny.
Okay, so do you need a toy too, or can I just do you not need something
No.
to fidget with?
I'm all right.
Okay.
I've got my toys right here, and he puts on his night vision goggles as a one-liner thing.
Okay, well I need you to look at me when I talk to you.
He turns
Okay.
around, night vision goggles.
Well, so after I finished talking to the 6-year-old boy named Brandon McGill,
Right.
I looked out the window
Uh-huh.
and I saw Brandon McGill.
Okay, he went outside.
No, he was still sitting right next to me.
Okay,
And this
so you
version of
saw
him had
something else
hollowed out
there.
eyes. Not hollowed out, but just very like deep, very
Like shadowy
tired,
pools
like
for eyes.
not humanly. Yes,
Not
very
normal.
good.
Right.
Oh
good.
shit, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
right?
is weird.
That's
The
like
kid- the
right
kid
out
in
of a
the
horror
station there?
film.
No, they were talking that kid in the station. That's not human. That's not Brandon McGill.
I
mean-
figured maybe that the one in there was Brandon McGill, but then the one that was outside wasn't Brandon McGill.
Well,
one outside
we
was.
didn't see it.
The one that's outside is what remains of Brandon McGill, who died here back in the 1980s. The one inside was a replacement. That
What, so that was a
you
ghost?
saw on the back of his neck wasn't
Clones?
a.
Oh, so never mind. So this all makes sense. Then it is aliens because clones. But then
That
ghosts
thing on the
also.
back of his neck
So
wasn't a
cryptid,
label.
but also
it was
future.
a blueprint.
But here's the question. Okay, so saying you saw a ghost per se, like, are you sure you saw something outside, or did you see something like in the reflection? Was it just the glass? And if so, why did you see it and we didn't, kind of thing?
Don't play with my mind like that.
Oh my god, I don't know what
it was
it
sitting
is.
next to me, and I saw its reflection, and I didn't even know.
Listen, all I can say is,
Irrelevant.
assuming whatever it is that like abducted this child and let go a child or a actual child or whatever it is, I'm just really hoping that if it isn't peaceful, that a gun works on it.
Yeah, me too. Okay,
So,
we agree on that.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely.
Have you all been walking as you're
Yes.
discussing
Yeah.
this? Okay. You're going to hear the sound of what appears to be some other folks walking their way up. Oh, geez, it's really coming down, huh?
Hey, folks, park rangers, FBI, just investigating the area. You need to hurry along the trail here. Get up to
Oh.
the park station.
You're going to
Not
see
safe.
a 6-year-old woman with a kind of cover for a very large dew of hair, very intricately kind of permed up, with another 40-year-old woman at her side. Joyce, we already talked to the rangers, so we'll just are the station's up this way?
Yep. Right
Yeah.
that way.
Oh,
She'll
we
point to
just
it.
really wanted to stay out. Are you sure we have to go to the station? I mean, it's a little rain. I'm sure it'd be fine, right? Right, Joyce?
I mean-
And Joyce is kind of like, well.
I mean, honestly, do you want to really ruin that hairstyle? It looks amazing underneath there. I can see that.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, if you're ever in the San Francisco area, she pulls out a card and extends it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Elizabeth Bingham Grant.
What a lovely name. But yeah, it's better for you to go stay at the station for now. And I mean, honestly, isn't it better to stay where it's nice and dry? Get yourself a cup of something nice, some cocoa, some coffee, and then like soon enough tomorrow it'll be nice and sunny. You can go out and enjoy it.
Okay. Well, I do have to. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Well, we got to pick something up from the car first. We just want to make sure this is the right way, and our things are back there. You notice they don't really carry anything. Have you heard anything about that big weirdo who was around the campsite before?
No, share.
No,
please.
this isn't my this isn't my normal area. I'm here with these agents, so
We're on
I'm
special assignment
usually
from the National Park Service.
yes.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
typically stationed down south. Please,
Oh,
can you let me know what's going on?
right. Well, yeah, no, Joyce and I were having our coffees in the morning as we do. Well, we saw some very tall man in the distance, away from the trail and everything. And he was
Really?
looking at us, and we were looking at him, and we found it very concerning that this guy without a shirt and a lot of tattoos was out in the woods.
A lot of tattoos. What kinds of tattoos?
Oh, I couldn't see. I just saw you. It looked a little, like it was all kind of pale and dark,
Mm-hmm, yeah. Little spots or lines all over his body?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. All I saw was what looked like tattoos on a very pale guy. I've had a few of them come in, during the winters.
We've dealt with this before, ma'am. It's probably goth kids.
That's what I was thinking, Joyce. We got a picture. Joyce, show up the picture.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Joyce is, all right, give me a second. And she does the mom phone unlock where she has to like hold it with two hands and then tap.
He does his southern manners thing where he like holds part of his poncho over them so they don't get the phone wet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, here.
While they're looking for the picture, can I pull out my phone and look up the business card that was handed? Can I kind of sneaky grab and look up who this person is we're talking to as we're talking to them?
Sure. All right. Elizabeth Bingham Grant is a 60-year-old San Francisco-based hairdresser to the stars, she claims, though her client list appears to be a lot of people who she'll say their credits and it'll be like
They were on an episode of Law and Order.
Things you haven't heard of, or episodes of Law and Order Extra, or Man
I remember
3.
Cadaver number 4.
Yeah.
Cadaver number 4 from the episode was amazing. You did that makeup?
Well, they did
so
some extra. I didn't do the makeup. I did the hair.
The first thing that I'm thinking is the scene from Legally Blonde at the very end when she's like, well, if you know that all the chemicals in your hair from that perm shouldn't be out in the water, then why were you showering? And now I'm just thinking about the fact that she's out in the rain, which probably permed before.
She's a monster, probably.
Yeah.
She didn't. No one. It was not supposed to rain this weekend. It was supposed to be a lovely, warm July 4th
getting
weekend.
sweaty right after getting a perm?
It's clearly not a new.
Isn't
perm.
this weather strange?
Yeah, it very. And eventually the photo does come up, and it looks like a distant, tall stranger, similar to other photos you've seen of like tall people in the distance.
Using my photographer's eye, can I gauge height based off of like trees and other surroundings?
Is this Lord of the Rings trickery to make something look taller?
Yeah, it's all perspective. No, but you use using your photographer's eye. Given the height of this person, or comparative to like foliage around them, you'd guess 5 meters.
I hate Delta Green and their metric measurements.
Okay,
so five
meters
is 16 feet.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
So why don't you make me sanity check?
Why is it only me? Can no one?
Because you're the one who wants to know the answers.
Oh, I failed this time.
Okay, this is just like figuring out there's a potentially 6-foot tall person out there is not going to be too bad. I'll tell you that right now, but it will be 2 sanity off your total.
All right. You know what? Let's just burn out this character. We have 2 more hours.
Let's set
see
her
what
brain
we
on
can do.
fire. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Ladies, I understand you have to go back and get some things, but you should probably, what's the word? Cut or run.
Stay safe.
No,
Get
that's dancing.
inside.
Yes.
of course. Yeah. Thank you so much for your do we thank you for your service?
Yes.
Okay, well thank you for your service.
You can thank him.
You're welcome.
It's understood.
There.
Also, thank you for the information you gave us.
Yes, thank you so much. Now get to safety and stay dry, ladies. We'll see you later.
Or else.
They head further down the trail, and you're left alone briefly.
Saber turns to the others. They were delightful.
They were
What a
delightful.
treat. What you
Oh,
see?
tall man.
The picture. Yeah, another one of these tall men. One's responsible for the abductions, the replacements.
Well, I mean, we can't discount the fact that they aren't. I mean, they show up. Like, this is not unheard of here in Yosemite. Like, these guys
Kidnapping children?
pop up.
Oh,
Not the kidnapping children part. I mean, just popping up. Like, they show up in photography all the time.
you say that like that should make it normal.
Well, I mean, people kind of accepted it. It's sort of the same way of, like, you know, all the Bigfoot stuff, right? Where you see, like, Bigfoot in the background. Like,
Yeah,
most people, of
about
course,
it.
assume it's a hoax. But, like, they just show up all the time in photos, so people just kind of accept that they exist. Or that
They're
they're,
saturated
a
into-
hoax.
I get it. Well, I mean,
What?
this is a special situation, as evidenced by this 46-year-old, 6-year-old.
Really seem surprised by them. Did you notice they said that they just kept popping, like, these people have popped in before?
Popped in. I didn't hear that.
Well, yeah, like I said, these guys, whatever these things are, have been showing up. Like, there's been reports of them for a really long time. They just show up, and like I said, it seems to be like a worldwide, like a hoax kind of thing that everyone sort of like believes in.
Where
and so-
Slender Man came from.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, that creepypasta stuff. So no one really like blinks an eye at it, kind of thing. And the only reason why we're kind of freaking out
All
about
of
it
you are
right now.
saying words that I'm familiar with but make no sense in this context. Why is pasta creepy?
You know, I actually don't know the start of why creepypasta.
All right, let's move it
I'm
along.
on to my turn. Regardless, either way, it's something that like most people wouldn't really blink an eye at. They're just like, oh, someone's playing a prank, like you said, goth kids. The reason why it's concerning
It
for us
wasn't
is
goth
that
kids. That was a ruse.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, you
You're
know,
very clever.
the only reason why we have to be worried is because the fact that we have a kid who is still 6 years old after 40 years, and we're going, hopefully, to find the place where he showed up from, and we're probably going to run into whatever these things are. So I guess keep an eye out. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's. These things, if they are that tall, gosh, I don't know if they're dangerous, but we'll probably shoot them.
Is the Devil's Throne big enough to fit one of those guys? Does it look like it's...
It's
The size for one
I
of
think
these
it's
tall
huge.
boys.
It's
Does
a
it
massive
look
rock
like-
formation.
Yeah.
Well, does it
No.
look?
Maybe they all
Does it
form
look
together in
like
some
it was
sort of
made
mecha.
for him to sit on?
It would be an ant sitting in, a throne. Like, it'd be an ant sitting in like a child's throne.
Yeah.
Adorable.
It's like a
Yeah.
plateau, right?
Yeah, it's not even a throne. They're just rocks.
What if they all form together like a mecha robot?
Then you could go fight all the enemies, and maybe Voltron would have to be involved at some point. But
We need to rename this Operation Mech Finder.
Watching and summon
go
James.
to your room.
Oh,
Yeah, where's James? I'm
was
surprised
fun.
they haven't already showed up.
You probably just heard that somewhere.
they just show up.
All right.
All right, let's keep moving.
Yes,
Yeah.
moving.
Looking
Talking
for tall
about
things that aren't
really
trees.
tall things.
I mean,
that-
if you want to
yeah.
make a search check,
Yes, I do.
I can
Yeah, I
that.
do.
I love searching for tall things that are creepy.
I will
Pauses.
say the
22 out of 60.
I
Success for me
failed.
too. That's a crit from the ranger.
I don't
right from
see
the
anything.
rain.
The rain is just really hard to see through.
It is getting
It's
increasingly more difficult. The storm is picking up, and I'm gonna need our ranger make me a POW check really quick.
Oh, damn. All right. Pow. 90 out of 70. It's a
Didn't say
failure.
anything.
Damn.
None of you notice anything around other than the increasing rainfalls. You're gonna get some static on your radios, weirdly enough, but that's really it. What are y'all doing?
You getting interference over there on your radio?
I mean, like, it's a Silent Hill game.
Again,
So, yeah.
I don't know how many times I can say this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, yes.
All right. He's moving. He's gonna click in and try to contact the ranger station really quick. This is Agent Hall checking in. Base Trailhead Ranger Station. You read me? Nothing. Or are you thinking?
You can, you can reach, though it is with some difficulty. No, sorry.
Lots of
Go again.
interference. We're getting lots of interference. Can you make out what I'm saying? This is Hall.
I can hear you. Anyone else on the line? We do have FBI as well, and you're gonna hear like a really excited voice. FBI. Oh, cool. Hi.
Let's keep this free of chatter.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Ranger Nicholson. I'm sorry. I'm helping get some folks to their cars. They're saying there's some I've got a lot of reports of people out in the woods though. And I haven't heard back from Devlin yet. But we've got some resistance from folks wanting to leave. So we're kind of tied up at the trail site, at the campsite. So that's all. And
He's going to read it back. In my opinion, let's get these people out of here. Use whatever resources you have on hand to encourage them to leave. These people who are missing in the woods, are these park goers or are these sightings?
I don't know how much a point I put into that. Gets in there. Sorry. Don't know what that is. Brandon, can I get you something? And whatever. All right. Sorry. No, we've just been getting some weird reports of things in the woods. I think it's typical cryptid hysteria. Weird rain makes vision difficult. It makes it a bit harder to identify things. People looking at trees and rocks differently when they can't get a full eye open.
Right. Probably that. Or goth kids. This ranger that you lost contact with, Devlin?
Christopher Devlin, yeah. He's a
his
good
last
kid.
known location?
Heading out and looking over the campsite in the woods. I'm going to assume radio interference. Devlin is a good kid, new recruit.
Yes, he's good. So that means he's fine.
Is Turk is that on the way to where we're going right now? Right?
Yeah, I assume you were heading towards the campsite.
I'll interject on the radio, be like, this is Ranger Hardow. We'll take a look out for, we're gonna reach the camp soon, and we'll take a look out for them.
Yeah, and there'll be bursts. I'm like not doing it great, but there are bursts of static throughout this. Yeah. Sorry, we're getting weird interference. It might just be the storm, but I'd recommend doing whatever you're doing and getting back in here. Proper search parties will get here, like you said, tomorrow. So you are muted.
Hold on. My partner has something to say, but they're being very quiet because of the rain.
This is more a question for Turk, speaking as. But was the moment when he kind of like called over his shoulder to like ask if Brandon needed anything, was that a moment like right after static?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I had.
Alright, well, let's finish getting to the campsite then.
Hey, Saber, you also had a success. Want to make me a power roll now?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Sorry. I'm happy to roll POW.
Better than me.
You might.
Pow.
Well, you might think that charisma is his lowest skill, but no. Dude has seen some stuff. That's a failure. 75 over 35.
Oof. All right. Unfortunate.
You got any hero points, like sneaking around?
No. We
Damn.
had a nice raid from High Shelf Collective. We have some great people in chat, and no hero points.
Versus. We got a villain point, I know that much.
His
Remind
name is Turk. If I like read Oates's snapshots expression, I'm like, you think the kid is causing the interference? Snapshot.
I mean, there was a moment right after there was weird interference when he asked if the kid needed anything, and we didn't hear the kid
What
say
if?
anything in the background.
We've never heard the kids speak over any sort of recording.
Can we radio back to them to see?
This is Agent Hall again. This is a strange request. Can we talk to Brandon?
We
just think it might be fun for him, a child, to talk over a radio.
I understand your reasoning, but these are official channels, not a toy. If you'd like, you can come back to the station and speak with Brandon as much as possible. As much as you want.
I have something special to tell him. It's a knock-knock joke.
I suggest coming back to the station and telling him yourself. And please keep the chatter down.
Just use my own words against me. Which one was that? Douglas? I'll remember.
You were
Hey,
Keeps on walking.
Snapchat, want to make me a power roll?
Sure.
I mean, honestly, Saber, I think maybe would have worked best if we were just going to ask if the kid had seen any, like, landmarks, defining landmarks or something like that. Maybe the way to work.
Yeah.
Try.
This would have been a good moment for Saber to be very straight to the point. Like, we just wanted to ask him a clarifying question about something out in the field.
I thought a knock-knock joke would work. People love knock-knock
Snapshot.
jokes.
Yeah.
There's a bald man with a long red beard out in the woods. He doesn't appear to be wearing anything other than loincloth.
Does he have tattoos?
So many tattoos.
You don't see him.
No, I was asking if there's so many tattoos.
He stands and looks and just appears to be watching you. He has a long face and his head appears pulled back almost, oblong as it is.
I kind of nudge whichever one of you is closest to me and stare in the direction. And is he close enough that if I called out, he'd hear?
He's a decent ways off the trail, but he's currently just looking at you.
Wait, what? What's up?
I kind of...
Huh.
I wave.
Let me look. Do we
And
see him too?
also kind of to help them figure out where I'm looking at.
You watch as he kind of pulls himself back from a tree. He stands at 16 feet tall, which is going to be another sanity check for you. Sorry, by the way. And he will just look at you. No, it has a mouth, but will not move it, and just vanishes, seemingly into the ground.
Do we see it? When
I
she
waved.
pointed
I
out?
had the instinct of
No.
phone, camera, now. Too
But
late.
yeah, one point of sanity there again.
My gosh.
See what?
All right, now I'm at 46 whole sanity.
What did you see?
Snapshot what?
And I'll take a look.
I think I just had our first encounter with the tall men. Did no one else see that?
Yes.
No.
No.
He was as tall as we thought he'd be, and like a bushy beard, plenty. Did I get a good look at the tattoos enough to know if it looks kind of like the same? Because I researched the.
Yeah, not Waddle.
Yeah. It was.
The green, were they? Yeah.
Yeah, so gotta be somebody that's associated, and he just disappeared out of thin air, so that's a great start, right?
Fuck, that's creepy. You okay?
Are you always this cheerful?
Yeah.
What, me?
Yes.
Oh. Should we answer at the same time?
I mean, yes, I guess.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Creepy is one thing. Some sort of otherworldly being that can replace humans and cause massive thunderstorms is something else.
I mean, like I said before, I'm sticking with aliens.
It's one of those things that your brain sees it and tries to explain it in a way that it makes sense. Because there's no way someone could possibly just disappear in front of my eyes.
Ooh, I
We're
bet
all
they have
working for
crystal
the organization.
skulls.
We've all seen things like that before.
Ooh, I wonder if these are the aliens that have this, like, the crystal skulls.
Maybe. Let's keep moving. I want to get to this campsite. The more of these things we see, the worse this storm's going to get.
Yep.
If I'm thinking back, Turk, this is kind of out of character.
Yeah.
These disappearances that we learned about earlier, were they all in this area?
Usually happen around Devil's. There have been Devil's Chair specifically. There seems to have been.
So there's obviously disappearances everywhere, right? There's
Yeah,
probably
but
disappearances in state parks all the time. But
here they don't seem to be found as much as often. There's a lot more.
they are
found.
resolved less frequently. Yeah.
Yeah, if
Right.
at all. Yeah.
I keep thinking about this dam. He says.
Oh?
Yeah. I mean, what? This used to be a valley, right? It used to be
Yeah.
a low-lying sea. Well, prehistorically, it was a sea, right? And then it sort of dried up, and then we refilled it. If there are caves down there, you used to say there's not someone living down there.
I mean, as Ranger Douglas pointed out, the only problem with that would be along the lines that they'd be filled up with water, so
Right.
whatever
But the
lived
thing
there
is
would have
about
to be able to
dams,
survive it.
no, they wouldn't survive it unless we destroyed the dam.
We're not destroying a dam.
One thing at a time. We'll decide later. We don't have to choose right now. Keeps walking.
Are you trying to think that there are people that were displaced all those years ago because of the dam?
Think about it. Where are we? We're California, right? The Maya, Inca civilizations like that could have stretched this far north. There's some sort of tribe or community of people. They are living in caves down low. They're mistreated. Early 1920s, do you think that the government, anyone, would have given a shit about walling off this valley and drowning their home?
Yeah, but they didn't start building that dam until
1923.
1923. But that was after the first appearance.
Were 1918, right?
As far as we know, that's the first one with the twins. Which,
Right.
by the way, the kid mentioned.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He mentioned the disappearance of these twins.
He mentioned
He
the twins seeing
saw
them.
You
them.
say things you learned, and I say what, like that.
I don't honestly. I don't think the dam's really connected. I mean, it could be, but I'm gonna doubt it. I said there's
All I'm
other
saying
things.
is it's a zip cord.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that I don't want to listen. I'm up for a lot of things with Delta Green. Like, I've been pretty. There's been a couple of things that have happened up here in Yosemite that, like I said, there's a reason why I haven't blinked an eye about lying about you two being FBI agents. I don't really get in much trouble, surprisingly. But like, I'm gonna draw the line at destroying a dam. Like,
Trouble
just
looks
gonna-
like different
I'm
things.
just gonna
for
put that
different
there.
people.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna put that there as like the line drawn that
No
I'm
damage
the
destroying.
thing I'm
Got
not
it,
going to
heard.
help. No damage destroying. Let's just
You are not on board
destroy
with that.
the other
Heard.
things. Yes, destroy the other things.
Sure.
I guess do we get to the campsite?
Yeah, pushing forward, you get to the campsite. It's getting darker now.
Is it
Probably-
because it's nighttime?
Well, yeah, it is getting later in the day. You kind of started at 2 p.m. and it's been getting, obviously, it's dark with cloud coverage and increasing rain. Visibility is really low right now. And you find it even harder just to muck around here. But here you do get this feeling of like, oh, it's a little later in the day, and hiking out here took extra time, and your conversations and driving out here have taken time. It's not quite dark night yet, but it's afternoon. Anyway, there's a number of people here, mostly getting ready to go. There's a few stragglers, and they're talking with park rangers, who are doing their best to calm the crowd.
Fire my gun into the air. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody get out!
The bullet has to come down at some point.
You said there were multiple park rangers?
There's a few, and actually, as you're all approaching the campsite, you're gonna hear another crackle on the radio. Hello, this is Ranger Devlin. Making a report. I found a small child out by the dam. Black hair. God, it looked like white clothing. Ran off. Sorry, I haven't been responding. I couldn't get a signal out there. Strangest thing, I saw it run from me, and then I turned around. I swear he was in the woods again. So, keep a lookout. I think there's someone out here.
Where's that from our current location?
Much further in. The dam is actually a good bit away, and basically, to get there, you have to double back over the trailhead station and go down a different path.
How long would it take us to get there, given even the environmental hazards and the low light? I'm happy to do like a navigate or survival or something if you want.
I believe, actually, wait, that was in the trailhead station here. About 1.5 kilometers.
All right.
A little about a mile.
But tough conditions, getting darker.
I think
let's check in
my
with them
character.
first.
Yeah, I think my character wouldn't suggest us going that way. I'd be like, not a good idea.
How many rangers are around us right now? Because I remember there were only 4 mentioned.
3.
We already 3 mentioned. So 3 with us.
3 at dealing with campers.
So
And there's-
probably
Right here,
everyone
and
other
then
than
Devlin's out there, so-
Devlin then. Okay.
Mhm.
What is this labeled as on our map?
Oh,
Is this Devil's Chair? Or is it?
no.
Green place?
It's kind of between Devil's Chair and the trailhead station.
Right.
This off somewhat.
Okay, got
It doesn't have an official
Got it.
thing, but yeah.
Like, south of Tuileala Falls. Across the reserve.
Yeah, well, it's between the trailhead station and Devil's Chair.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's approach
actually-
these rangers over here. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Was Devlin saying that he was walking back from the dam, and that's when he could finally get a signal?
Yeah.
Like he was already on his way back.
He was on his way back and couldn't get a signal out, but he was at the dam following some kid who was running away from him, turned around and swore it was the same kid in the tree line who also went out of vision.
Seeing
Indeed.
kid in 2 different places. Does that sound familiar? Snapshot?
Little too familiar for my liking.
let's talk to these folks.
Sure.
Other rangers whose names I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
There
my
was-
character
No, he's
remembers.
gonna let
He's gonna
Sycamore.
tell-
LeMay
He's gonna let
was
Sycamore
one of
approach
them?
I think.
LeMay
Nicholson.
seems Nicholson.
There is a 25. The oldest looking ranger there is a 25-year-old woman, with Ranger LeMay, or Ranger Maria. Maria LeMay is the full name.
Mhm.
And she, like, the thing is, these rangers appear like very busy with their jobs right now. So coming over is, hi, yeah, sorry, what can I help you with?
I was like, wait for
Hi.
Sycamore to do that.
Yeah,
Do the
sorry. Hi, Ranger
talking.
Hardout. I'm here with the FBI agents. They wanted to look into the area that the child Brandon McGill was found of.
Oh, yeah, no, that's out by Devil's Chair. I can't recommend you head out that way.
Right.
Visibility alone is already a
Yeah.
problem, and the trail is basically ruined. Devlin shouldn't even be out by the dam, but I guess he was just we were just wanting to make sure that no one was out near the water line or anything still, and the dam's the best place to get a view of the reservoir.
Is everyone here all right? We've heard over the radio about these sightings of people in the forest.
Yeah, we got a few spooked folks, but nothing weird. I mean, someone was talking about seeing a kid earlier, weird white clothes, but
Another kid.
it's been a weird day.
But this kid had clothes on.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
How strange. Probably goth kids.
Who knows? Looked small, but point being, I got my hands full with some people needing a lot of help getting their stuff and being really shit at packing things together. So, if you're gonna do some FBI stuff, and she said that quietly, not to alert anyone, then please just can you not freak out? We don't need panic or a bunch of people asking you questions and not getting out of here. This storm
Right.
looks like it's only gonna get worse from what I hear.
Probably.
We're nothing if not discreet.
Fires his gun into the air again.
I'll
you.
take them aside. How do you guys want to play this? Do we really try to go down to the Devil's Chair? Because it sounds pretty dangerous.
What can we learn from where he was found? I mean, if they didn't see anything the first time, they might not see anything now. I'd rather push back to the dam where Devlin was seeing those others.
I mean, the implication from this other, from LeMay was that the people here have also seen the children, right?
Right. There's no shortage of places where we see kids, but I don't know. Maybe
You know,
Always ask questions under the guise of just making sure there's no kids without their parents.
true.
I think maybe the
Paul?
way to play this.
Paul, where are you going? Where are you going, Paul? It's raining. Put on a jacket. And you're gonna watch as a 30, like a late 30s, well, early 30s, late 20s kind of woman calls out after an much older, like kind of clearly wearing very new outdoor clothing thing from a tent, and you watch as this older gentleman, probably pushing early 70s, just starts kind of like moving with utmost efficiency towards the ranger station, just blank headed.
I would like to try to cut this person off.
You'd have to run, so I need an athletics check.
I would like to
Okay.
also.
Yeah, athletics checks all around.
Unless you want to stand there.
You're going to be at a
35
minus.
out of 80.
It'll be a minus
A minus
20
what?
with the rain.
Oh, even then I still made
Even
it.
then, you'll still be fine. But it's,
Oh, that's a failure for your boy with the minus 20.
so pressing forward, you are going to. Sorry, what's up, Snapshot?
My base is 30 for athletics, so I think I'm going to stay behind and check in on the woman that's calling after Paul.
Sure.
Unless
so,
she's chasing after him too, then I don't know.
No, she's following him, but like clearly going back to get her stuff and like covering her head with a poncho, basically.
I'll
Able
help
to
kind of
intercept.
cover her path
Because
and stuff.
she's able to see as Sycamore and Saber move, and unfortunately, Saber, you do kind of slip a little bit in the mud and can't quite get a good hold of him. But Sycamore, you kind of topple, so it's a group effort, but Sycamore kind of locks in the tackle here into the mud as Paul kind of goes down and doesn't say anything, but clearly is continuing to struggle under your grasp.
Can I see what he's looking at?
She just face forward up the trail. Like you look up and it's just focused. Honestly, reaches a point where he doesn't like if it's weird for his head just kind of focuses straight onto the neck, like not moving. Like the natural position where the neck would sit is just like holding there.
Oh, sir. Paul, can you respond, please?
No response.
Can I make...
Just jerking and trying to fight out from under your grasp.
Let him go.
What?
Let him go. Let's follow him.
Okay. You'll let him up. Actually, I guess I won't let him go per se, as I will hold on to his arm and follow after him.
Make a leash.
Kind of.
All right. So we'll jump back. Snapshot, you're talking briefly. Oh my, I'm so sorry. He's not normally like this. I've never seen him move like that. He's 69 years old. He shouldn't be. He's semi-retired.
Do you know why he was so intent? Like he should be
he
helping
was
you.
just-
He should be helping you pack.
Oh my god, no. Oh my gosh, no. He's an eco lawyer and he's got this whole new crunchy vibe he's going for and he's got all this experience. So I was just gonna entertain him for a few more minutes until I don't know, tried to play to his better instincts or something. But he was just explaining some new how great the new cover he has for the tent is, and then he just goes blank faced and runs off.
Did you see anything change, or something change around him?
No. His eyes just got real wide, and he got up a lot faster than he normally does, and just went, "I'm worried about his knees. Oh, is he gonna be okay?"
My two coworkers followed after him, wanted to make sure that he was, we saw you were concerned, so, they're making sure that he's okay. They're following after him. I just want to make sure I help you be able to, we can meet up with him. It looks like he was running towards the ranger station, which is where you should be going anyway.
Okay, I'll pack the stuff up. I don't know what's gotten into him, but his name is Paul.
I'm kind of helping her shove stuff into bags.
His name's Paul Holding. He's a good guy. He's just dumb, but not usually anything. No, this is weird. This is weird, and
okay.
I mean, spontaneous is taking your girlfriend out to Yosemite for July 4th without telling her that she needs to pack boots for the trip. So.
Oh. Well. Here,
He's retired. He doesn't. Anyway.
Wait, so that is girlfriend of.
Lisa is is the girlfriend of Paul.
30 something compared to 69.
Nice.
But
yes.
Yeah, okay.
We will not draw any conclusions from that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I'm just trying to make sure I get the read on the situation, because at first I was thinking like
I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
But
she's in a dangerous situation and should think twice.
Did she just out of character, did she say he was just not very smart?
She I think in this moment she implied that he's not like the smartest guy in all scenarios. To be fair, he wanted to camp out through a heavy rainstorm.
Lacking in
a
that
lot of
common
people
sense.
wanted to do that, though.
Yeah, his background is environmental. She'll have given you a quick thing. He's from Oakland. He's an environmental lawyer, and he's convinced he knows everything there is to know about outdoorsing.
Actually studied it in books. course.
Yeah, he's been watching a lot of YouTube lately. Have you heard
Wow.
of YouTube?
I love the
You heard of
backstories of NPCs in Delta Green.
Mhm.
Yeah, I help her finish packing.
All
Kind of start just start leading her in the direction of like, oh, like my coworkers, like, my coworkers kind of followed after him just to make sure he's okay. Like, I think they went in this direction, just kind of ushering her, helping these park rangers because they seem very perturbed about everybody not already being at the ranger station. So, moving them along.
All right,
So
I'll have you be falling behind the two because I believe the plan was to let Paul get up and continue on his merry
I
way.
want to follow
Yeah.
him and see what's drawing him on.
Yeah, I'm holding on to his arm.
He's pulling on you with a really hard, like full body. Like you're afraid if you genuinely were to try pulling back right now, you'd pop his shoulder off his socket before you stopped him. Like, and again, 69 years old. That's by no means a limit on human durability and flexibility, but he's also by no means the most athletic guy in the world, clearly at this point. But he is pushing it. Like his body is like he is not responding to the pain his body would probably normally be in as he's pushing up slightly uphill on this trail. But following, he's moving right towards the ranger station. Make me another athletics check just so because he's going to give it kind of like a big sort of burst at the
You want
end
that
here.
for both of us?
Any negative?
Yeah, it will still be at the minus 20 here.
3, baby.
Okay.
Success, baby.
He's going to try and pull forward as you're getting close to the door, and he's going to slam into it really hard with his shoulder, and you both can quickly grab him before he can get another attempt at going in. And
He's trying to get into the station.
oh yeah, he's trying to burst his way into the station.
I'm gonna call out to the 2 rangers inside.
Yeah, door will open immediately after the slam, at least, and Douglas, Tamika, and Brandon behind her. She just kind of has him sheltered behind her. Will look out, and there's like, what the hell is going on? But you can see behind all of them, looking back towards the pair, and looking at Brandon, his eyes go wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's them, 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 and he grabs his head, and all of the lights in the ranger station just start flickering, and like literally you watch things on the shelves behind him in storage just fly off as he goes, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, and Tamika's like behind, and now quickly turned around, going full on maternal mode here, just trying to calm him down, but he's having a massive panic just after a brief look at Paul. And Paul, again, you now see those eyes are fixed on Brandon.
I am gonna pull my flex cuffs out of my pack, handcuffs, and cuff him.
Yeah. Can you make me like an unarmed or similar athletics sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean,
Without
I would be
difficulty this time.
sure. I would be happy to do unarmed. Just straight roll, right?
Yeah, just a straight roll this time, giving you're kind of undercover and
Success. 58 under
All right.
60.
he's wriggling and like fighting against you, but you are able to restrain both arms behind his back and get him
I was trying to get into like a subdued position, you know?
Yeah.
Not where he both won't hurt himself fighting against it.
Yeah, I'd say both of you are capable enough with athletics to kind of wrestle him into a spot where you can kind of clamp him down.
And I'm gonna look up at the Rangers and be like, "Where's your holding?" Wait, never mind. This is a Ranger station.
Not that kind of ranger. Yeah.
Bad mushrooms. Probably got them from some goth kids.
Hell of a mushroom. God damn it. All right. Yeah, we do have I can bring up to the common area upstairs if we have to. We're gonna move everyone else up
A
there
place where we
anyway.
can maybe tie him to something. He is very energetic.
We got a bathroom or some storage areas.
All right, let's
Storage
put him in
area.
the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah, bathroom.
We'll have to use the bathroom.
Probably
Storage
necessary for the rest of us.
Yeah.
All right, storage area. Make sure there's nothing dangerous in there.
You turn around and the eyes suddenly like of Paul kind of
Where am I?
Oh, are you back to your senses, Paul?
Why am I handcuffed? Oh, my
I
knees.
think maybe you had a bit of an episode.
Episode? No,
Yeah.
Everything.
All right,
I think
just
I
settle
tore
down,
something in my
breathe.
leg.
Emily will help him get up and get him to the couch.
Yeah, and he will sit, still handcuffed. And where am I?
You're at the ranger station. You were talking with your partner, and
My girlfriend. Yeah.
you two were talking in the tent, and you just all of a sudden tranced out and started booking it over here. And then I think you were about to accost a child, which is why we have detained you.
I don't know. It's all so foggy. I know what you were talking about before, but it's like I
You
was.
remember anything after that?
I opened up my eye. I feel like I blinked, and now I'm on the floor, and everything.
Try to rest. We'll get you some medical attention soon. And then he's going to turn aside. Sycamore says, "We're not going to get medical attention soon. Come on with me." Goes inside. And he's going to go over to the kid.
It's them. Still the power flickering on, continuing to like things shift slightly about. Like it almost is like the entire house is lightly shaking.
Hey, Brandon, you gonna?
Do
we
you
need
want
you to
some gum?
Who
I pull
wants
up.
to make me some charm?
How
or
far
Not me.
behind them would you say I am?
persuade?
Would I be showing up at this point?
You could be showing up, but like a psychotherapy, something that would calm a kid down.
I've got base level persuade. That's about it.
So
All right, well, Snapshot, you kind of pushed on ahead, so you're coming back, and Brandon is freaking out. And on all of your radios, you're hearing this burst of static.
There it is.
It is.
I'm
gonna look at you for help.
The thing is, I
don't
don't
look at
have
you.
psychotherapy.
I trust my
but
gum.
I do have humant. I do have
Persuade.
a charisma. I think I have something in persuade, but not like fantastic. But
Take a persuade, and
any pluses because he
Of the
knows
gum?
me.
he does know you. You are a familiar face, so I'll give you a plus 20 for that. And the gum. The gum
Yeah.
obviously is contributing as part of that 20%.
So
bonus.
okay. So it would have been like a plus 18. No,
Exactly.
sorry, it
Well,
would have been like a plus like 8, and then all of a sudden the gum.
I mean, honestly, yeah, 12%
Yeah.
from the.
Yeah.
Is
Hey,
One.
one.
Fuck, that's great. That's some persuasion.
Kid, just everything just slows down the second he sees me, and he's like, "Oh, okay."
you come up and are kind of checking on him, and he looks at you, and it's like everything kind of almost seems to hold in suspension briefly before settling. I don't know what happened, but we're not safe.
It's
the
okay.
tall people are gonna come. They have
Tall
moon
people?
faces, and they're
Mm.
very scary.
We don't want to let them hurt you, which is why you're here. And I'm so sorry that anyone even came close enough to touch you here, because this is supposed to be a safe spot. Did you recognize the person that came in here?
No, but I saw their eyes in him.
What did they look
Okay,
like?
that's
They big. They always have big eyes,
okay.
but they're also very tall, and they have moon faces.
Mhm.
And
Do you think you could help me with something?
I can't make the sound of a tree falling, but a tree falls outside.
Oh, I figured you were trying to do static.
No,
Okay.
Sorry. Again, really not good at the Foley work of trees falling. I'm only in the woods when no one else is around, so
That's a
Well, I
bird.
mean, you don't have a lot of the general parts that the trees need to be able to make that sound. So
I'm the only one in the woods when they fall, so they don't make noises around me. Anyway,
So
he,
tree falls,
everyone
does it
jumps, and
hit
he
the ranger station.
not
at
the
all?
ranger station. It sounds like you do hear some car alarms going off, though.
I'm going to rush outside to get a lay of the land out there, just to the porch.
Your car is fine, but it appears like several of the ranger vehicles have been crushed under a kind of almost perfectly aligned tree fall.
Convenient.
Okay, and
very
so the
convenient.
tree fall, where's the origin point? Does it look like it fell naturally from the flood? Did it get pushed? Did the wind knock it over?
Do you have like a forensics or something to analyze a scene or engineering?
Sure, yeah. So
Military
I have,
science.
I
Military
have-
science.
I have military science. I have science meteorology. I have
Yeah, what's your highest score
pretty
in
decent
all
survival.
of those?
Science meteorology. I have a 50. Military science air. I have a 60, but that's air specifically.
Mm.
I have a. Am I piloting a helicopter when this happens?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, then never mind. I forget I asked. Is this a heavy weapon? I've got alertness. Pretty amazing.
I'll give it to you because of your meteorology and military science combined.
Yeah.
This does look like the way that the roots were split in kind of a uniform manner. This was very intentional.
I also have a craft mechanic, which kind of works.
Kind of
it's
works. I mean-
kind of like a simple leverage thing.
It is a leverage thing, and I'll give you this. Those vehicles had kind of a perfect line of destroying the useful bits.
Got it. So it was specifically aimed to dismantle those vehicles.
It's specifically aimed to disable those
All right.
vehicles.
Do I
possibly, yeah.
see? I hate that I'm asking this. Do I see anyone over there from where I am?
Do you want me to make a power roll?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Everyone loves making power rolls.
Everybody loves power. My power is
Every-
real bad though.
Give me no
Because
power.
I'm a stupid,
Well-
stupid, broken man. That's a 51 over 35. It's a failure.
Well, with a 35, I'll give you this.
It's not great power.
I'll give
I'm
you this.
traumatized.
You rolled a 51.
Yeah.
Sort of behind the scenes bonuses. You are going to see some faces in the woods.
A couple moon faces.
It's just a couple of long. Let me
A little bit of long
let
faces.
me reel it in here. Skulls strangely elongated in the back.
Mhm.
Teeth, as the mouth kind of is holding open, look broad and flat and double rowed. This one appears to have long braided hair
Mhm.
as it stares at you from the nearby area. And again, as soon as you see it, it sort of turns at you and seems to fade to mist.
Mm.
Sanity.
Yes. One moment. Let me roll it.
You're all good.
It's a failure. 62 over 45.
Ooh, okay. Not so terrible. They look almost human. But that is going to be 3 sanity from you.
Hey, ouch. Thank you, Dirk.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you for taking my sanity.
Oh, hey, this photo might be relevant.
Oh no. I do have one more question for Brandon inside when we.
Yeah, if we can focus back for a second. Yeah.
I want to basically ask him to confirm what I'm already pretty sure is a thing of I feel so weird like trying to switch back to the talking to a child voice just randomly right now, so I'm just basically asking if the moon faces are able to be anybody. Like the fact that you could recognize the eyes, but it was just some random guy.
No, they take their minds. Oh, Usadagawa. Oh,
They said that when they fed me. Oh, Sadagwa.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but they kept saying it.
It's okay. It's okay. You've done really good. You've done really well. Okay. Do you still have the toy I gave you?
And he is like he pulls it out of a pocket.
Okay. So how about it seems like you've had it's been a busy few minutes. The moon phases right now, we have them under control. Do you want to go back and sit down and play with it for a little bit? I don't want to tire you out if there's anything else if you remember, but we don't want to make you sad.
God, see.
I promise you that now you have done so well that now we know more what we're looking for, so we know how to keep you safe even better. Okay?
I'm coming back inside. And he's about to like say something that would traumatize this child completely, but he stops and says, let's talk outside about keeping this child safe. Turns around and walks out.
I'll follow.
See, important things are happening because of you. And she'll kind of like do the mom like shoo shoo, like go ahead, go sit down.
Oh wait, Brandon, would it comfort you to see a gun?
What?
Oh, nope, outside.
Never mind. Oh, wait.
He asked if you wanted some gum.
Nope.
Some gum, and he hands over a stick.
Ushering you out.
This one's strawberry lemonade.
He'll take it and.
Wait, no, I kind of want that one.
All right. You head outside
Outside.
onto the porch.
I'm gonna say, just to like gesture at the row of jeeps, and the tree says, "That wasn't an accident. There were a few of them in the woods. One of them, long braids. They pushed that tree. They don't want us leaving, or they don't want Kim leaving. Either they're after the kid, or they're trying to keep us all here."
I think they're after the kid. I don't want to make
He escaped
assumptions,
somehow
but
and they want him back?
that's what I was thinking. And it seems that they're able to somehow either like possess somebody or like send some kind of signal, because the kid recognized the like the eyes, even though it was a completely different man's face. So somehow they were able to get Paul to do whatever he just did. And it seems like they want that kid back. And I'm gonna guess that if there's another kid by the dam, maybe some of them got loose.
Well, you said before that when you were looking out the window, you saw another version of Brandon, basically.
Yeah.
That could be what those kids that they're seeing are, or just whatever these weird after images is.
Spiritual remnants.
Something. Well, I mean, you saw the tall guys, but I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
And we were looking in the same area for one thing. So, like, that sounds like some, like, psychic mumbo-jumbo kind of thing. So, like, maybe they're just projecting it mentally? Because the kid said that these things talk without actually ever using their voices, right?
That does take
So
the
it could
psychic
be
resonance.
throwing. Oh, and he said he remembered a word. I pull out my phone and so now that we know the language that they've been using for the markings, I want to see if I can like type in like Nahuatl and then Osadagwa and see if anything comes. Like I wouldn't like fully know how to spell it, but like best thing and like Google through that. Did you mean?
You find nothing.
Nothing.
No.
What was the word?
Osadagwa.
Osadagawa.
Osadagwa.
Osadagwa.
Osadagwa. If I take out the first part and just the word, the best I can spell it. Does
Yeah,
that?
is there any, like you two have a couple different Boolean operators.
Yep.
Yeah.
This and that,
Spaces
or
and-
this but not.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Sycamore's gonna put her bag down and basically double check her her shotgun.
Yeah. So, hey, Snapshot, you have a gun? Snapshot, do you have a gun? Sorry. Oh,
Walking stick.
I take my Glock and hand it to her. And I say,
Is it a good idea to
did
give
you
a
just make a
weapon to
thumbs up
someone?
like this and it made a little thumbs up on the thing?
Yeah, it keeps doing that.
Oh my god, that was.
I
was
hand you.
wondering what that was.
All right, back to dire circumstances. I hand you the Glock, and I say, if that thing takes over my brain, you shoot me in the skull.
You know, it left his body at some point. We just restrain you.
You won't be able to restrain me.
Okay.
Trying that than shooting straight away.
Yeah, I kind of feel
Your
like,
call.
hey, in the event that I get taken over by whatever the fuck these things are, please restrain me first and shoot me second instead.
I promise. I will wait as long as possible before shooting you.
Or,
thank
you know,
you.
the whole point of the walking stick. So I wasn't doing a thumbs up. I was trying to be like, I'm holding a walking stick. The whole point of the walking stick is, like, whack something if I got to. If I need to hit one of you over the top of the head, not shoot in head. That's where I
mean, you can still kill a person by hitting them with a stick, but, you know.
Also, it's a lot harder to
less,
render
like-
somebody unconscious with a blow to head than you think. More likely, you'll kill them than knock them out.
Yeah, it's really like a thing that people keep thinking that happens because of movies, but like it's actually
Right.
incredibly, like most of the time people die from that.
What you want to do is aim
Meow.
for the base of the skull. You want to visualize it in your head before taking the swing, and you want to swing through.
Another
swing
tree
through.
falls
A tree falls.
and blocks the trail going out.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
We have a decision to make.
I
and we're
have
gonna
a
like it.
very
Oh,
good idea.
I think I already know. Oh, I think I already know what we
That's
might
when
have
the
to
first stranger is going to step out of the woods. Not invisible, not phasing or hard to see with power in requiring power. Standing fully out and holding what looks to be a, to you, long ceremonial blade, but in its hands a dagger. Intricately designed and emblazoned with various precious gems. It has long red hair and no beard.
Quick gut reaction. First of all, that child inside is not the kid in question. The kid who disappeared in 1980. Do we give him back to these people, or do we try to fight our way out and probably lose? Go.
I think that kid is actually the real kid. But we were also tasked to take care of whatever the fuck was causing this problem, so she racks the shotgun.
Agreed. I raised the AK.
You have two guns, right?
I handed you a Glock.
Okay. And what
Glock 22. It's a medium pistol.
medium pistol? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Just quickly, it is it's firearms, 15-meter range, 1d10 damage,
1d10.
15 bullets. I have more if you need them.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is where I regret not really doing much more with firearms because I wasn't thinking we were dealing with tall.
Well, if you have to protect this kid, do that instead. But remember,
I don't know. I want to believe. I would rather side with the kid than with the.
All right, everyone. Here's the fun part. I need
Fight.
I need Dex scores.
Okay.
I'm last.
I have 10.
I have 9.
I also have 10.
Oh no. We're-
Okay.
Sciatica.
Cool. The stranger is able to go first.
Afraid of that.
The first one is going to wait a second. He's going to hold up a hand, and you're going to see various amounts of rocks just kind of begin forming and shoot out towards you all.
Oh, so he an earthbender.
I need you all to make dodge checks
Ah!
in this case.
Is this our
because of
action
how-
for combat?
This
or
is not
this
an
just
action. This isn't an action. This is like it's using a power
Oh.
kind of thing.
Ooh,
12 out of 50.
fail?
fail.
Okay, those of you who failed are going to take 3 points of damage as you're pelted with various rocks
Mm-hmm.
and other debris. And you're going to see that he is joined by 3 others.
Good.
Bit.
So for
Are
the
they
record,
the
there's
other
red
benders?
hair, white hair, red beard, and long braids.
Got it.
Does anyone have any on natural?
No, just
Are we
a cult.
allowed to?
No.
Yeah, we're not allowed to.
That's
So,
what I
no.
thought.
Yeah,
Well, I
you
guess
know,
if we
some-
technically
if somebody takes a lot
You're
of
ju-
the damage stuff.
Stand loss, you can.
Mm.
Oh right, do I have to roll
I should
sanity?
have
I
already-
haven't seen these guys.
yeah, you roll sanity, please.
Oh, hey Turk.
Success, 19.
Only one.
Man, roll 20's being nice to me.
Yeah, what's
today.
up?
Hey Turk. Chaboy has a Kevlar vest on. Does that affect the amount of damage taken?
Oh yeah, that you reduce the damage you take by the armor.
Okay, it's 3.
Okay, so
Thank
3
you.
damage
Okay.
to an into you, and 3 damage is what you took, so that should be all good.
Thank you.
Should be a wash. So it still hurts, but it doesn't do damage.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, 3
Bruised.
armor points. Okay, great. That's good. That means we might be able to fight back.
But it's going to be Snapshot or Sycamore.
I guess let me go first. I'm gonna shoot a bitch. We'll go with the first guy who came out. I have to get within, I have 75 meters of this guy, so I should be fine.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Ah, failure. Damn.
Unfortunate. Your first shot goes wide
No.
of your intended target. Snapshot.
Sense that I go after because I'm shocked at the fact that there's a gun in my hand right now. So it takes me a second to like feel like, oh yeah, okay. And then I try to shoot at the one that I saw first, so the one that has the orange beard.
All right, shooting for Orange Beard.
Ooh, I actually
Yeah.
made it. All right, and then
Lap, So roll a
One
d10.
and
Oh,
course.
what?
course.
Does
Does it look like it actually? Does it look like it hits? Does it look like they're
does.
solid and can connect with bullets? Cool.
You watch the bullet enter, but it's clearly a tough cookie, so to speak.
Wait, they're made out of cookies?
No.
That changed
Oh.
everything.
Get the
They're
milk.
cookie monsters. You're saying they're cookie monsters. Me want little boy.
Oh no, that sounds bad.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's Sesame Street. They're coming to get you. No, but you do see it move. It hits and begins to bleed. This weird, like sickly yellow fluid, but it's slow and congealed, and you don't see that it's really done anything to bother it.
I did only do 1 damage too, so
Yes, the Kenyani warriors care not. That's gonna be Agent Saber.
So only that one is taking that 1 damage from that graze
Yeah.
there from the bullet.
Yeah.
Right? The first one was the one that acted first. None of the others have acted.
None of the others have. Well, they're gonna go on their turn next. Yes.
Understandable. But I'm gonna shoot at the first one who's already used up his action this turn.
Okay, sounds good.
With my AR-15. That's a 6
Damn.
under 40 for success. Lethality 10%.
Lethality 10. So I believe
He's dead.
he's just dead.
Yep. burst right through the skull of this moonhead.
Why does it say failed lethality roll?
On a failed one, he takes actual damage. On a successful under lethality roll, he's dead, right?
That's usually how it goes.
If I shoot and I fail, I get over lethality, then I add the digits
It
together.
adds the digits
that
together.
I rolled. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
But if
I
I
got
get under
it.
it-
Yeah, you get under it. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah. Saber, you line up. You
Mhm.
think center mass, but you're like, that skull's bigger than normal. That's a fucking excellent target. Pull up and
Pop.
just explode. The head just kind of pops under the suppression of quick fire here.
And I say, so long, Mac, tonight. Do you guys get that reference? It was from the McDonald's campaign in the 80s. They had Moonhead. So I thought that then he's going to, like, turn around. Can I yell something inside?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd allow that.
Any rangers who have a gun, get out here.
They are. You're gonna hear inside. The lights are again flickering and freaking out, and Brandon's like, no, I can't. You hear it's an argument actively happening in the common room.
Right.
Just things of like, I can't let them take anyone.
Like they're busy.
So top of the round, strangers are gonna move in. Is anyone falling back with their turn? I want to ask that. Or are you holding on the porch here?
Oh, maybe we should fall back inside. Can we take to the windows?
You could have pulled back and shot from
I'm
the.
going to pull back inside to get cover.
Yeah, that's a good idea. They pelted rocks at us.
Through that window that she saw the ghost through, I'm going to post up and.
So you go into the common room.
Yeah.
And take and
anything with
post
an
up.
angle to the outside.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
That gives
there's
me
4
cover.
windows to the outside, 1 in the ranger's office area, and 3 in the common room.
Okay.
Common room has
I mean,
Brandon in it,
Oh, not that one.
but there is
I'm
one
gonna-
immediately to your left. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna be try to be front line, like.
Of course.
what I
You could
mean?
just
Have to
be
get to me
look.
first
You could just like be waiting at the door.
on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The front
Just as
door.
long as I
is-
have cover and I can pop out and shoot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll post up at one of the windows.
Cool. Snapshot. You're also heading inside.
Yes,
I mean,
but
we
I'm
are.
yelling. I'm yelling at them, the Rangers, to get Brandon upstairs
Yeah. Smart.
because we're bringing the fight inside.
Yeah. He says he like thinks that too. He's like smart. He like looks at her. He's like.
Oh, and Paul, bring him up too.
Paul, I believe, was
Yeah.
already brought upstairs.
Oh,
Yes,
was in the
he is
bathroom.
already
Yeah,
being
he's already on the
detained
second
in
floor upstairs in
Right.
the bathroom.
I'm worried about Paul getting woken up again.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. These ones are, the first one is going to move forward, and you're going to see it like gets to the doorway, hunches down, and then sort of like moves to strike at you, Saber. As you watch part of its forearm phase through the wall to reach out and hold your shoulder, try and hold you tight to try and slam a
Reaches
ceremonial
through the
dragon.
wall?
It like phases part of its
Crazy.
body through and kind of goes to hit. I'm going to roll a D100. You haven't taken your turn this round if you'd like to dodge this, but I rolled an 80, so don't even bother.
I won't. Thank you.
Okay. Second one. Is anyone in the common room?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because you're going to watch that one pull itself, like phase through the window beside you, and is also going to similarly reach out and try and stab at you as you were a threat. That will hit if you like to dodge.
Do I want to dodge?
It's a big, like, again, I say ceremonial dagger, but that's in comparison
I will
to.
dodge. Failure. Take it.
Okay, well, this will be fine.
I tried.
I don't like being mean. I want to say this right now for the record, chat, but I was given a villain point, and I haven't even used it yet, but I'm going to consider this a spiritual sin, because take 12 damage, please.
Oh, fuck.
Minus any armor you have.
I have no armor.
So take 12 damage right to the chest.
no.
How are you looking?
That's 2 hit points left, so I'm pretty bodied.
All right. I don't think this says the Cthulhu thing where.
I assume that's a major fucking injury.
Oh yeah.
Turk, I do believe that anyone reduced to 1 or 2 hit points is unconscious.
Yes. So you're to give a scene of this. This giant, weird head skulled figure will move through, look at you with its almost empty eyes, and just kind of slash and dig across your chest, and you just black out.
I'll die as I lived, trying to do the right thing.
And I need you to make a con test. Con times 5 roll.
Success.
Okay, so you're not going to be permanently injured if you live.
If I live.
If you live. Third one. I think the third one is going to also move into the room and will spend its turn attempting. Hey, Snapshot, make me a sanity check.
Am I to get my brain taken over? No. I fail.
So what I need you to do is make another sanity roll.
Uh-huh.
This is good. Multiple sanity rolls, always good. Always good.
Uh-huh. Failed
Hey, use the hero
again.
points that nobody's given us.
There's no hero points. I checked and I'm mad about it. So I think we should get an honorary one.
6 sanity.
Oh my god.
Where were you inside? Remind me.
You said there were 3 windows in the common room, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I probably
You're
would have been
another
at one of
window.
those.
So you turn to look at one and then suddenly feel like you have an alien presence in your mind. And I say alien not in the extraterrestrial sense, but rather in a very other sense.
New and different and not usually there because there's only usually one voice in my head.
Also, Hoop, don't think
Other
I don't
than
notice
mine.
that we turned the hero points off for this game.
Betrayal. And
Use.
Points off or still on spooky sound effect?
I'm gonna use
never mind.
I'm
Log on
gonna
now.
use my villain point to do the following action.
Oh my god.
Snapshot is gonna look towards Brandon,
No.
and for people in that room, of course, only being NPCs, you're gonna hold out your hands and say, "Come here, I got you."
You tried to tell chat you aren't evil? Just to be very clear, you tried to directly say that, correct?
Snapshot, that's your turn. Sycamore, your turn is dying. Brandon's gonna go. The true reason I've used my villain
kill
point
me.
is that Brandon is gonna say no, 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 and then a giant burst of energy will explode in front of him. Which I need to make a D100 roll against everyone in that room.
And then tells me it's okay because I betrayed him.
You didn't betray him, but
Your body did, though.
My body did. The one
Okay.
face he knew well enough to just instantly calm down once he saw it, now all of a sudden has moon
Oh,
eyes.
so there was so much ammunition for this leading up to this point.
everyone in that room is going to take 10 damage.
Wow.
Actually, wait.
Wait, even me?
Oh, yeah, everyone in the room. Sorry.
I need
That's
folks at
not-
home to know that Delta Green hit point levels are usually in the teens
Well,
somewhere.
I'm dead
You're
then.
super dead, absolutely.
Yep, I'm so
me
dead.
as well,
What?
because I had already taken the 3 damage
Yeah.
from the rocks, and I was at 13, so 13 minus 13 is 0.
Well, guess we should have given over that kid.
No, we absolutely should not have. I'm totally okay with the fact that he killed me.
Saber, you dodge out of the way. You
Yeah.
manage to move out of the way of this knife as it's being apparated in, and step back just in time to feel a massive rush of wood chips and detritus, like random shit from your left side, like an explosion to your left. And you turn around and see Brandon
Bodies.
fairly nearly hovering in the air, like Akira. Like again, if this were like a code, this would be like code Akira, because he's like handing their hands out in front of him, pulsing with power. You see the seams like flowing, and he is just openly weeping and covered in blood at this point. Because those two rangers who are in the room with him are no longer in the room with him. They're a little bit on you. We're just going to actually get a sand check from you.
Yeah, please.
This is going to be from violence, not helplessness.
Okay.
While rolls are being made, quick question.
Failure.
One of them took over my brain. Does that mean that they were in my brain and they died with me, or their brain was they were just speaking to me?
They were in your brain controlling it.
So if I die, they die?
That's some LC logic right
This is
there.
this is a Matrix.
I mean, if Parasite...
It's not a parasite. It is extending its prescience into
psychic.
you.
But if you die in the dream, do you die in real life?
Yeah,
that's the logic here.
No,
we'll find out
there's
next week on Impossible.
No. I feel really bad when I say this, but take 6 sanity.
Okay.
Do you feel
This
bad?
is a massive loss for me, meaning temporary insanity, right?
Yeah.
I am, so just so you know, my sanity breaking point is 35. I am now at 36. So not broken, but temporarily insane.
Would a hero point help? Now that we have the ability, because...
I mean, I didn't hit my breaking point. A loss of 5 would do the same thing.
Okay.
You know, it even it's a +1 or -1.
So I'll give you the option here.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Flee, struggle, or submit.
Shit.
Yeah, shoot a kid.
Oh, that's not the issue at hand. I think he is going to shoot at the kid. The question is, can he in this moment, or can he just fire wildly into the room?
You can fire wildly into the room as a general, like identifying a crazy threat, and then just seeing explosions and blood and hit you on the side of the face, just turning and firing. I think that'd be perfectly justifiable. And
would you allow me to throw something in the room?
Keep talking.
A little frag grenade.
Romance me.
I'd be interested. Tell me more.
Okay.
And make
It's
it
an
roll as
athletics
well.
roll. He's got it's athletics for a frag grenade.
Mhm.
So the question is, and this won't necessarily change my mind. Snapshot and Sycamore, does he see them dead? Or does he realize they're dead?
The wall's been blasted out enough that you'd probably be barely able to tell at this point. It would take you, I'll probably say after you throw, you'll see that, and maybe also continue to spiral a little bit.
Can I say something cool as I toss this grenade?
Absolutely.
Hey, Brandon, want some gum? That's a 19 success. Lethality is 15, but it's over lethality, so that is 10 points.
10 points of damage, which, yeah, that's more than Brandon has, and also will clear out the other stranger in the room there.
Yeah.
But
are there any strangers left?
There was the one trying to get at you.
Yeah.
But that's the damnedest thing. The rain hits. It's supposed to be heavy rain. There we go. The grenade blasts. I think you're briefly kind of knocked aside, being in close.
Mm-hmm.
The stranger who is attacking you kind of just stands back, almost standing upright, phasing through, and he watches off the porch. His feet touch the earth, and he vanishes.
I took away his toy. Is there anyone still alive in this building besides me?
Upstairs, Paul might still be alive. Should he not be?
He sets fire to the building. Locks the doors.
Whatever's left of the doors, absolutely.
Grabs the keys to the Jeep. Leaves, whatever's left of the doors. And then starts the fire. Helps it along. He walks back into the parking lot. He walks over to the Jeep. Peels off one of the Pokemon stickers.
Insult to fucking injury.
Tosses his stuff in the back. Backs up and drives off.
It takes him off-roading, but yeah. And that's the job, folks. That's this whole
You
song
don't have a
of the day.
helicopter. You got to steal a Jeep.
Pink Jeep
I think
with
he-
Pokemon stickers.
Yep.
I think he goes back to Delta Green when they reach out to him and says, ancient civilization, kidnapping kids, turning them into weapons, or replacing them with weapons, maybe infiltrating society. I don't know. I still think there's something around that dam, something that got buried underneath all that water. I'm not sure if we're going to have more instances or not of ghost kids showing up in the woods, tall people. But for now, it seems like they're calm. 2 casualties, both agents down. Few civilians, park rangers, but I think I covered it up. Kids' parents aren't going to be happy. But they've already...
The matter is closed, and that's all that matters.
Yep. Heard. Hey,
Return.
happy Independence Day.
Enjoy your
Welcome
time
to
off.
Earth. Thank you. Click.
And that's... Well, why don't you make me another sanity check for some horrible implications?
Oh yeah, this dude was 1 point away from breaking. So let's find out if how long it stays with him. Oh, here we go. That's a success. 28 under 36.
Just a job well done, and
That's
happy
only
Independence
1
Day.
point of sanity, though.
Takes him to his breaking point.
Well,
I think that fits. Let's get a condition.
As-
He cries into his ribs,
Yeah.
his rack of ribs.
as we figure it out, you're an outroed or so. You can tell us what horrible manifestation of mental state will join Agent Saber next time.
Mhm.
But yeah, everyone, that's our show. As that was oh gosh, technically this has a different name. Operation Fulminant, the Sentinels of Twilight,
Oh, yeah.
from the back of the Handler's Guide, Delta Green.
I'm gonna go look at it after this and see what we
Oh,
missed.
you're gonna see all the weird stuff I didn't do or weird things. Anyway,
Mhm.
Cry over the loss of poor Emily Hardrow, who survived one Delta Green game to only die in the next.
to be fair, yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. Before we go, we're gonna do some outros. So, starting in the order in which we introduced ourselves, I want to start, of course, with Lonnie, who fantastically sent me a bunch of really interesting questions that I had never even thought of. Being like, can I be the one who took the picture of the kid? So.
Mm.
Right from there, I knew you were invested. And just being I really do appreciate you having this, it's weird that I have to go from agent voice to kid talk voice. and
That
when you
was
handled
so
it,
good though.
it was really,
But like going like when I'm like having the conversation back and forth, I can do that. But then it's like, oh, okay, but then like the whole tree thing, and you went to go experience, like you went to go and like investigate that and everything, and then it was just like, so the other, did you see this thing? Could you tell me? And just go back. I can't. But that was really fun. I literally came up with this character literally like an hour before stream because I have been very tired and I took a nap and I had to think of something, and knowing a little bit about the scenario going into it was a very big help, because once it was like, okay, well, there was a missing child, there's a photographer aspect, and that helped me kind of have a cool little tie into who my character is. And if she had, survived until episode 2, that would have been cool, because I feel like she got a good background. Like, I actually made sure I know, like, okay, what would have made her interested in Delta Green and everything. But I guess the world may never know.
It's a tough job.
It's a tough job out there. But so, yeah, I would have literally died for that kid, and I did. So, even if he wasn't a kid thing. I don't know. Anyway,
I do full
This-
debriefs with the cast afterwards, but so they'll find out. You won't, chat.
sorry, chat.
You have to get the Delta Green handlers.
You have to, for the low price of $69.99, probably.
And-
Maybe.
or play this module.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. We'll run it
Um,
for you.
Yeah, come join us. Everything's fine
Join
over
us.
here.
Join us.
Oh,
It's
the little
always
death.
green on the
Okay.
other side.
It's only green on the inside.
Oh my god.
Oop.
Also, Hoop, if you want, I can literally just do the thing without you having to make this, like, the sound effect. I could just, it's my voice.
That's more fun.
Anyway, what else are you doing, Lonnie?
Well, actually, basically, the rest of my month is just Doc making me go through cool scenarios. Because not only is it Delta Green next Thursday, hopefully, because I miss it and everything,
I
but
miss it too.
also,
Hopefully I'm healthy. Hopefully everyone's available.
yep. But I think I'll let you talk about the other thing, just because, it sounds
Yes,
like you
I
got a
will.
cool plan, and I am also.
So
I will
excited.
just say that if anyone knows me well enough to know the game that I've been literally searching for months to find the book, I get to play it, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Can't wait.
I'm very excited.
All right.
Shall I?
Yeah, bring us
Shall
over
I?
to Doc, who can I offer you a piece of gum in these trying times? What the hell?
Oh man, so much of this character. Hi, I'm Doc. So much of this character is inspired by a character I play on my Wild RP, which is a deputy, who I always like have the mystique of. So far along the spectrum, are they a robot or are they a human being, sort of thing? Just completely dry and tone deaf, and but I'm surprised he lived. I totally expected him to be the one who threw himself on the pyre, that's why he wanted to get shot if he got taken over, but it's a cool ending. It was real cool. Dude walked away from an explosion, pretty much.
Two of them.
Yeah. And it was just
Caused
fun
one of
playing.
them.
This was my first time playing Delta Green as a player. I've only run it because I couldn't find anyone to run it, and thank God for Hoop, and for Hoop. Forget Hoop. Thank God for Turk.
Hoop didn't even
And,
let us have hero points.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
It was
And I'm
like
leaving.
stuff for bitches.
No.
I'm Doc Rimbo. Usually I'm here on Thursdays with our Impossible Landscapes crew, half of whom are here tonight. And we're going to head back into the second half of season 3 next week. I know it. I believe it in my heart that we are going to have episode 5 next week. And as the crew checks into the Hotel Broad Albin and stays. So I'm excited for that. That's gonna be fun. On Tuesdays, I'm over on my friend Jay Britton's channel. That's JayBritton. He is hosting that as we run our Call of Cthulhu Dark Ages campaign, which is also a horror game. But to give you a flavor of the kind of horror, this week, one of the characters got a magic tattoo as a tramp stamp of an owl so she could summon an owl named Uwu.
Yeah.
Horror.
Yeah, that might as well happen.
But it's the one of us who has the biggest following, so we can't complain. Millie can do whatever she wants. So come on by and check that out. It is fun. It's a lot of fun. I also, on my channel, I've been streaming a lot of Cowboy Dollies lately, so if you want to come hang out, it's pretty chill. I play an imaginary cowboy deputy, and that's a lot of fun too. On the 25th of this month, I'm here on Lost Caravan with my friend Coyote Witch, Nikki. We are going to be joint GMing. This is Nikki's first time GMing live. And we are going to be joint GMing Goblin Errands, which is a rules-light, nonsense encouraging game where we are going to take our characters from previous Pathfinder one-shots, Snock, my Goblin Barbarian, and Mina, her Shubi, which is like a dog race, a Shubi Druid, and who are married now and have children. And so we're going to be hosting the children as they play Goblin Errands. And Lonnie is one of our children. So that's the 25th. It's a Saturday and it's here. And it's going to be fun. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And of course, over to the ever incredible Cyberella, who of course kills it once again as like
And
a bubble
dies.
of personality. Well, yeah, but
Kills it and dies. That's how I
that
live.
was truly. I saw the 2 6s come up in the roll 20. I'm like, there is no justifiable way that this is fair, but I have to play with the dice, you know, like.
Okay. I just add Emily to the pile of dead characters. It's getting quite a pile.
It's
At
a
this point, we
different
could hide
version of
behind it.
Emily, okay? Because the other Emily was on the East Coast, and that Emily's fine, okay? That
Right,
Emily's
she was
fine.
Alternate timeline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, good
Well, an
computer.
observer effect, and it'll be fine. All the times will get wishy-washy anyway.
Yeah. But yes. I'm Cyberella Draws, and you can find me on my Twitter and Blue Sky as Cyberella Draws, and on Tumblr Sootchild because I'm inconsistent. Otherwise, where else you can find me is on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. My friend and I, Exorcism Slip, we have our Salty Waifus Chat and Draw streams, in which case you can come join us. My Twitch is Cyberella Draws. And then on Thursdays, I'm here in the other Delta Green game where Voso died. Yeah, I keep dying. It's the thing I do. But yeah, that's me.
All right. I am Turk or Turk Accented, if you're somewhere on the routing corpse that we call an internet. And I've had the honor and privilege of being your keeper for the evening. If you want to see more of what I put out into the world and what horrible spawns come from my brain, then you can, of course, find me bouncing between here on Let's Caravan and over on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I am a GM and player in a bunch of different shows that you should check out, including Oathsworn, Odyssey of Dragon Lords, Old Gods of Appalachia, Nova, By the Shadow of Peace, Impossible Landscapes, and a lot of other really fun stuff that I've done in the past, including Tears of Divinity Fading Chronicle as well, Lancer. A lot of really great shows, incredible cast. I'm keeping this short because we're almost at midnight. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. Y'all have been incredible. We are going to throw a raid right in someone's face, and that someone is going to be Happy Jack's RPG. So give them a big old hello, and hopefully don't splatter them onto the walls with any kind of latent psychic powers. Anyway, that's all from us. We'll see you next time. Good night.